There we go. Unmuted the mic. Hello out there, cyberspace. Welcome to... I just realized Seitan changed the spelling on his name. Welcome to the Sunless Citadel on D&D Night on DDOStream. I am EvenNote, your DM. We are here in this dungeon, and I'm not sure how much of that the party heard, because for some reason when I have X split up, they don't hear me, but it does come across on Twitch for some reason, so. And yes, we're typing yawn for yawning portal in Twitch chat, and that's really funny. So I am going to have you guys go around and introduce yourselves, and why don't we start right to left, which would be Seitan.
Hello, Seitan Toast Burner. This is Mockduck Jerry. I'm here playing basically a gnome illusionist who's a very bad cook and is a little bit perhaps passive aggressive with the way he implements his cooking.
But are you an illusionist? Because I have here you're a ranger.
Oh, am I a ranger?
I thought it was a
Yeah.
forest gnome ranger with a little bit of the forest gnome illusion magic.
It's all an
Oh, that works.
illusion.
I
You
did.
might be a
Yes,
ranger.
that's right. That's right. I
You
am
might be
a
an
ranger,
illusionist.
but I'm a ranger. But I've got spell casting and I'm a natural illusionist.
That works. And I just added Toast Burner to your last name because he's the group chef, and I use the word chef really loosely. Next up, Finnegan O. Shaunessy.
It's fine to
Oh.
say his cooking is bad. Just don't let him hear it.
His cooking is like really, really bad. Shh.
Greetings, Comic Relief here, coming at you from inside whatever viewing device you happen to be watching. I am playing Finnegan O. Shaunessy, who is the party rogue.
And he is a party entertainer rogue, as you can see from his character sheet. Dorian Elliot, who always has tacos. Dorian.
Oh, sorry. I'm over here typing my description up like la la la.
He finally shows up on time, and then he forgets to talk.
I am Tholgrin playing Dorian Elliot, the nerd from the north, who's a bit of a barbarian, but he flies into a nerd rage thinking about things like who Spider-Man's girlfriend should have been, because the aliens that raised him from the future gave him all sorts of information that no one else knows what he's talking about, and that makes him kind of upset.
But I'm sure in a very polite way.
Of course,
You did say you were Tholgrin, right?
Yeah, I think I did. If
And
not, I'm Tholgrin.
If you don't know who Tholgrin is, you know, just tacos. Bella.
I'm pushing the wrong push to talk button. I am
I never do that.
Mousepouch Fullbelly, aka Bella. I'm a Tabaxi druid. So I'm a cat who could turn into a bear or a dog. Or that kind of stuff.
Or a spider.
Or a spider. Or another cat. It's all good. It's all fun. I hail from a coastal community, so I'm kind of missing the ocean because we've been in this Sunless Citadel for a while now.
Yeah, you're not going to see the sun for a while either. I mean, maybe never, depending on how this goes.
Oh dear.
And Bella, by the way, is BonnieBew. Pew pew
Oh
pew.
yes. Lasers.
Lasers. Pew pew pew.
Meow meow beans.
Dinosaurs.
Meow meow beans.
Meow meow beams. Meow meow beams need to be an item. I'll have to work on that. And finally, Kirke. And don't get insulted if I took you out of order. I just went from right to left on my screen. Kirke Uthadar is played by LrdSlvrhnd, who is playing Kirke, the half-elf sorcerer of green dragon ancestry, who regularly uses prestidigitation to make Seitan's cooking seem less bad, and sometimes tosses random rocks to amuse Bella. Yes, we have had instances where Bella was, you know, chasing around the dungeon after a rock.
Or shiny light.
Or shiny light, yes. So, when last we left our band of intrepid adventurers, they had been in this room here. They are being led by Meepo the kobold, who is in big trouble because he was supposed to guard the dragon, and the goblins came and they kidnapped the dragon on his watch. So
You realize I can cast minor illusion as a cantrip, right, Bella?
you probably should do that more often. Just, because of what I've heard
I mean,
about
I'm not
Seitan's
saying
food.
I want to tease you or make your life worse, but I'm saying, should you wish to, I could essentially have little flashes of laser light and things like that.
Oh,
pretty
I was
much on
thinking you were going to
command.
use it to make your food look better. But yeah, that too. You could make a magic red dot.
That'll totally work. Does that work for sounds too?
I believe it does.
Yeah, it's a small, basically sound like pretty much any little loop.
I might need the sound of the ocean. Though I carry a conch shell with me, so I try to listen to that for the sound of the ocean.
And I don't think it's anything that can be sustained. It's just a short burst sound, but still.
It'll tide me over.
Still, I could have a flash of light go up a wall.
I can climb too.
Okay, and
I can use to help assist you to climb up to motivate you to climb
So
upward.
if you start doing a light up the wall, I'm gonna be climbing up the wall after it.
I thought that was weird until I just saw Dorian Elliot make a vomit skill check, so...
Yep, everybody
What?
normal here.
Totally normal. I have a limp quiver and I have double proficiency in vomiting.
Well, normal for this crowd.
Oh, that's right, the limp quiver is this one, the quiver full of gravy, the ever-filling quiver... Oh no, it's an ever-filling pitcher, and the quiver of gravy is Kobold Kindergarten. I'm getting my own games mixed up here.
The limp gravy quiver is the child of the original limp quiver, which was from here.
Ah. So you have vanquished the goblins and taken a long rest and gotten all healed up. And Meepo the kobold is directing you where to go, because he wants you to help him get this dragon back. Meanwhile, you guys...
Are we supposed to be able to see a map?
Oh, yeah, it might help if I shared this with you guys, huh? I mean, everybody on Twitch can see it, but, would be good if I shared it with you. So you are in this little room with a campfire. Meepo is leading you. I have to remember what room you're going to. Yep, that's what room we're going to. Okay, yeah, there is a door to the north. That is the room you can get into that you have not been in yet. And it's not a secret door, it's just a very ordinary door. So you can just open it and walk right through.
That door is there.
The door is there. The door is not ajar, it is a door.
Alright, I'm gonna look at the door since apparently Dorian has become the unofficial door opener. And say,
No.
there is no spoon, eh?
I
And open the
I
door.
make you the official door opener.
I was just saying unofficial because it's kind of like, nothing ever leaves beta anymore. Nothing ever gets official.
Everything's alpha.
I'm just thinking, actually, Finnegan... Oh, wait, Finnegan's the rogue, Dorian's the barbarian. Right, Finnegan should go first and find the traps with his face, and then Dorian should go first, find the traps with his face, and then Finnegan can disable them.
Meepo's leading us. I mean, he's showing us the way, so is
he's
he
directing
super
you.
familiar?
Yes, I mean, this is where Meepo lives. And
So
now,
he should have a good idea if something's dangerous or not.
Well,
yes.
up until the door leading to this fight is where he lived, from what I remember. Like, once we opened that door, it became hostile territory.
Yes, you are now getting into goblin territory.
The contested area.
The contested area, yes. Dun dun dun!
Alright, so let's get through this DMZ here, people.
Yep, just move yourselves in there when you are ready, or, hanging out around the campfire and eat more of Seitan's cooking if you're feeling really brave.
I don't know. It looks awful.
Going down,
blank.
down to Goblin Town.
Have you unmasked it for us yet? Because it looks kind of grayish to me.
Oh,
I-
yes, I should unmask this room, shouldn't I? Now the room you're in, you can see, yes?
Yes.
The room we're in, we can say yes.
I just walked into a.
I see a hallway. Well,
Apparently it was Barovia. I just walked into a gray mist
there
and
we go.
disappeared.
Okay.
By the way, we should mention that we are sponsored by Fantasy Grounds.
Yes, we should mention that. I actually do have it. It will be coming up across the bottom of the screen every so often. Let me just center that a little better. They are our awesome sponsor. Fantasy Grounds is the software we're using to run D&D Night. And you can download Fantasy Grounds and find out more about it at www.fantasygrounds.com. You can get all kinds of modules. You can do homebrews. This is the first module I've done. I'm doing a homebrew for my other campaign, and it's got the story, it's got the art, it's got the maps, and there's like nothing for me to do, which is actually a little disconcerting after doing a homebrew and having to kind of fudge up everything on my own. I keep feeling like I'm slacking off.
The reason I thought of it is because I was just thinking of a tip for the group. I don't know how many people know this. If you, say, put the cursor over a part of the map and then hold down the middle mouse button, you can just kind of drag the map around without having to go
if you have a 3-button mouse, which I do not.
Mhm.
Okay, so you are in this nice long room. There are several torches mounted in crude sconces. They are burning fitfully around this chamber, filling the air with a haze. A double row of marble columns carved with entwining dragons runs the length of the hall. Oh, I do have a
So
scroll.
we're not being shot at right now, right?
You are not. There is nothing in this room right now except for you. Oh, let me
I'm
move
staying
Meepo.
right behind Meepo.
Well,
and
Meepo is
Meepo's-
like basically hanging out behind you guys because you are in, goblin territory now, so he's a little bit afraid.
I wanna if he whips his tail, I wanna like try to get it.
Okay, now I'm sitting here thinking Meepo's gonna break into song and be like, I whip my tail back and forth, I whip my tail back and
I
forth.
like that. I got Thorns I can whip. He's got a tail he can whip. I think he's my new friend.
Yeah, Meepo likes you. I mean, you saved him. He was being held in a cage for letting the dragon be taken.
We're getting along.
So, I mean, because of the, there's just kind of like a haze from the torches, just like a little bit of a light haze. So it's just like slightly obscured, but not too bad. And there's really, oh, I should actually also unmask the door, shouldn't I? So you know the entrances and exits. So you can decide where you want to go next.
Yeah, there seems to be a little gap between the room we were in and the hallway also.
That's
Yes,
a lot
yes,
of
there is.
doors.
There we go. So you have
So many doors.
I know, there are. So you have a door to the west, 3 doors to the north, and a door to the east. And there's really, yeah, there you go, one for each of you. But who gets Meepo?
I do.
Okay, you and Meepo can whip your thorns and your tails and stuff like that back and forth.
We will whip back and forth.
Well, I would probably myself go for this door to, let's just say, the west, assuming always that up is north.
That's the door I like.
Because that's the one we would have come into from the other room, and that
Yeah,
makes
it's
more
the door
sense.
right next to me. I feel like all the doors to the east are pretty much not on my radar at the moment.
Well, there is only 1 door to the east. There are 3 doors to the north.
Yeah. Well, but the one that's directly in front of us, the one to the west, are the ones that are like, I think,
Okay.
my choice.
I'm going to hold up my hand and then touch the door with my fingers
Okay, Meepo suddenly runs
and try
back
to
here.
feel if the wood is sending me a message.
Well, Meepo has suddenly run back here behind Dorian, And Seitan, Finnegan, and Bella, as they approach the door, can hear goblin voices on the other side.
I'm just kind of pointing around the room going, eeny, meeny, miny, death. We're not going through that door.
Wait,
That door being the one to the northeast.
we're supposed to beat them up, right?
Yeah, we're trying to recover.
Wow! Look at that skill in stealth.
Did you hear what I said? I was going to put my fingers up to the door to see if the wood would tell me anything from like the vibrations through the door or whatever.
Well, you're already hearing goblin voices, and touching it just kind of... Yeah.
So, it's a goblin door?
I mean, you hear goblin voices. Meepo is up there. You know, as you approach the door, I mean, they're fairly faint. You can hear there are goblins somewhere beyond the door. Can you see the campaign notes? You shouldn't be able to see the campaign notes.
No, we can see our notes. I'm just going through our notes.
Oh, you guys have campaign notes?
Yeah.
There's a couple.
We're looking for the dragon that the goblin stole from the kobolds.
We have a note up on Hucrele, the sad kobold Meepo's leader, something dragon.
I also meant to load some
goblin
modules.
Side quest.
I actually don't know where that is.
Under notes.
Okay. And actually, I'm just I ended up not loading the modules because I fail. I'm not sure you need all this, but hey.
So I kind of point to Dorian, and then I kind of point to the west door.
Okay. Plotted over to the door. I assume it has been sensed and checked for traps.
Does it look like we could maybe kick our way through the door?
I mean, you probably could. It's just an ordinary door.
Alright, so there's goblins at the side. I'm going to kick open the door and try to surprise attack.
Oh boy.
Oh, this can't be good.
This is going to end well.
And I hadn't actively perceived anything on the door, so, you know, we'll see what happens.
Do we know he's trying to surprise them?
Well, I have no idea. Oh, you're not actually in the room yet. So the door is open. Oh, goblin side quest. Goblins stole dragons that Hucrele's kobolds were supposed to protect. We go get the dragon back, we shall get a reward. Directions, sort of. I like your notes.
Reward in quotes.
Well, you know, they are kobolds, so...
Could be a button.
It could be a big old bucket of Corvair fried rat. Kobold family ate fresh fried rat tonight! So, Meepo is, like, definitely hanging back.
Do I get a surprise attack?
On Meepo?
Well, the way you kick
the door yet?
I mean, by the time you kick the door down, they know you're there before they actually see you. If you had opened the door and then been like, "Oh, yeah, hey. Oh yeah, and I should absolutely unmask this, shouldn't I?"
Be nice.
Ah, you people at home watching on Twitch can see what I have not yet revealed to them all the way. This is going to take me a minute to set everything visible.
So the goblins stole all of the kobold's furniture. Their love seats and everything.
Oh, that's no big deal. It's fine.
You know, I'm just waiting to scratch that couch.
It'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen?
And I didn't get surprised at all, huh?
You made, even with the stealth. Okay, tell you what, I will let you guys have one round of attacks before I make the goblins roll initiative. Well, I mean, I don't really have a way to do that, but I'll just skip their turns until the second round. But first, I gotta make all these goblins visible.
Alright, so there's a couple goblins behind the door.
You have stumbled into a few goblins.
They're having a rave.
Kicking a door down, yeah, it is kind of loud. Now see, if you had opened the door quietly, I might have been much more inclined to do more for the stealth thing.
Could we close the door again?
Yeah, now they kind of know you're there now.
I'm kind of suggesting maybe we fight on this side of the door and, try to limit how many can actually attack
I'm
us.
thinking we don't fight. We collectively run as fast as we can.
Run where?
Out?
Okay, and then where?
We can run back to the kobolds and lead all the goblins to them. That's helping, right?
Okay,
Have you guys heard of a place called Thermopylae?
No.
Out of character. Absolutely.
Oh, no, that was totally in character.
Oh, I know.
I am going to, the goblins have seen you now. And they're not too happy. So, yeah, I think we should roll initiative.
Yep. If we fight any, we should just, bottleneck them at the door.
This is actually not as bad as it looks, which I should not tell you. Okay, we are going to skip the goblins. In fact, if you hover over the goblins, you're going to notice some interesting things about some of them that may reassure you just a bit. Kirke, you're up. But yeah, I absolutely do encourage you to hover over the goblins.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and I should also unmask this part up here, just so you know there's... I should also probably describe the room, huh? What might have once been a cathedral is now a goblin lair, thick with the filth of years of goblin life. Scores of wall and floor-mounted sconces filled with violet glowing fungi provide illumination. Dozens of goblins go about their daily business, which involves a lot of rudeness and violence. Lucky you. Along the southern wall is a heaping pile of assorted items, including wagon wheels, broken armor and rusted arms, chests, small statues, antique furniture, and artwork. Okay, Kirke is holding his action. There are, by the way, a total of 34 goblins in here.
A total of what?
34 goblins.
34 tasty goblins.
The idea of fungal light to see by sounds really great, but I bet in real life it's kind of gross and maybe smell.
I would guess it would be, although I mean, you can sort of see like there's just like a little bit of a violet tint, which is kind of cool. Oh, actually, we're deep in a dungeon, so I'm thinking it should definitely be nighttime. Oh yeah, that also. Oh, that makes it actually a lot easier to see what's masked and unmasked too. So Finnegan.
So,
Oh,
so I'm definitely, I just kicked open the door to try to surprise him. Oh, God.
oh yeah, Finnegan also has that enchanted rock that gives off light. I mean, it's certainly well lit. It just has like a violet tone to it because of the violet fungi.
Alright, I'm going to step up here, and I'm going to attempt to grab Seitan and pull him back through the door, and then as a bonus action, close the door.
For that, I am going to want both a strength and either an acrobatics or athletic check.
Strength check.
Damn.
Since it's better, I'll give you an acrobatics check.
Damn it! Damn! I want you to fight the goblins! Unfortunately, from the DM's standpoint, Finnegan manages to grab Seitan and slam the door shut. However, you find... It's the only problem is they made all the, goblins look alike, and now I can't find the ones that are actually relevant. Ha! However, the door swings open because the goblins just busted it in. And you see 4 goblins, very, very angry goblins, staring at you with their weapons raised. Dorian, you're up.
Oh, okay. Well, they're looking like they're gonna attack me, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the general idea.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go into we're gonna fly into a bit of a nerd rage. There we go. Nerd rage there.
Because Indiana Jones already did it.
It's already done. So we're gonna do that there, and I'm gonna try and hit it with my mediocre axe. Maybe it'll turn back into a great axe this session. Nope.
That is a miss. I love that you actually named your axe a mediocre axe. That's great.
It's living up to its name.
It is. It really is. Do you have any bonus actions or secondary attacks or anything like that?
No, the bonus action was to fly into a nerd rage.
Okay.
So I'm done.
Bella, you've got angry goblins right on the other side of this door, and they are coming for you. And, all of your party mates. By the way, Meepo is hanging behind a pillar back here, and he's like kobold screaming at the top. It's like, York, help, York!
So am I technically considered adjacent to Goblin 2, or can I move without doing an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, they've got a wall there. The doors between Dorian
Yeah,
and
you
you
can move, and you do not get, and they do not get an attack of opportunity if you do.
And which square is Kirke in? He's straddling. Adjust
Kirke.
yourself, okay. Adjust yourself on stream.
Oh boy.
So Bella's gonna move there, so she's more like in line with the door.
Mm-hmm.
Can we attack through the door? Like through that? I mean,
Well, the
am I
door
in
is
the right
open.
square to be able to attack straight on?
The door is open. The
The
goblins
door
have...
is kind of centered between the squares, so I was trying
You
to figure
know,
out exactly.
I'm thinking that door actually is a big double door that takes up both squares.
Okay, that's what I'm kind of hoping.
Not so much because I want you to be able to attack the goblins, as I want the goblins to have easy access to all of you. I'm just that nice.
One thing I could do would be terrible, so I'm not going to do that.
You could
I
cast
am-
fire and not tell Dorian to duck.
I could thunder wave and not tell anybody to duck, but that would be wrong. So I'm going to whip my thorns back and forth.
I would like to hear you sing that you are whipping your thorns back and forth.
I whip my thorns back and forth. I whip my thorns back and forth. I goblin too. And I got some spin. And I rolled a 2.
That was an amazing spin in the Fantasy
think that's the
Grounds
most.
chat.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Bella
I forget
spins
how you
around
can
and whips
actually-
her thorns this way and that way and every which way and completely misses every goblin.
And they basically got stuck somewhere in the doorway.
Man, it's got style points though.
That's
Maybe you should
true.
get an inspiration die. I think the DM should give you an inspiration die.
Well,
you know,
there's
I will
a way
actually
to-
do that. I'm trying to. What does she need to
There's
do?
actually a way to make the die spin when you roll it. I can't remember if it's hold the shift
That's not
key
what I
down
wanted to
or
do.
hold control key or hold the alt key, whatever. But there is a way of actually doing it.
Ooh,
I heard
so I might not
people
be
do
doing
it
it on
a bit.
purpose because the alt key is my push to talk.
Well,
so that means
I
I'm
was-
talking as I roll.
I rolled a d4 for your inspiration
Yep,
die,
well,
Why couldn't I have rolled that?
and I rolled a 1. So, unfortunately, it didn't really help you.
Oh well, they're just goblins. I do speak goblin, so I'm gonna be like cha-cha-za!
I'm not sure the goblins understood that, but okay.
Well, no, that's goblin for food, money, party, good time.
Oh. The goblins understand you, but do not look impressed. Hey, Cracknut, thank you for being here. Seitan, you could feed them some of your cooking.
all right. Is the door open or shut?
The door is open. I mean, you guys,
Okay,
Finnegan
never mind.
grabbed you
Okay,
and
so
dragged
here's
you
what I'm
through
gonna
it
do.
and shut it, but the goblins kicked it open.
I plant my feet on the ground. As a bonus action, I'm using Hunter's Mark. I'm going to Hunter's Mark, Goblin 2 in front, whip out my longbow, and shoot straight at the Goblin's heart.
That is a hit. Goblin number 2. Here is the downside to having all these goblins on the combat tracker. Trying to find the one that just died. Aha! There he is.
All right, so
So you have
Hunter's
taken out
Mark.
Goblin number 2.
Hunter's Mark, because it died,
Mhm.
if it drops to 0 hit points, I can use a bonus action on a subsequent turn to mark a new creature up for
Ooh.
to 1.
Next turn.
Yep, next turn. Just saying though.
Okay. That would bring up... Oops, I'm skipping the goblins' turns. That would actually bring up Meepo, since I told you I would give you guys a round because of the stealth thing. Meepo is just cheering you on, saying, "Yeah, get him! Go, go, go!"
It kind of defeats the purpose of hiding if you yell out where you are.
Okay, Kirke, you are up again. There are 3 angry goblins looking at you through the door. And Kirk's going to hide in the corner. Although, where you are, since that is a double door, you could have line of sight on either 1 or 4. Yep. I mean, all the other doors I'm considering are like a full block wide, since that one door was kind of put between them. Not in the face! Not in the... Oh wait, they're goblins, not kobolds. Never mind. Okay, let loose with poison spray. He fails to save on Goblin. Goblin 4 fails to save, so... Goblin 4 is now wounded. Okay. Got anything else? It's Goblin 3's turn. Which one of you? This guy. Goblin 3 takes a look at Dorian and says, I don't like that guy's accent. He says it in Goblin, by the way. So he whips out a short bow and fires. That's going to be a hit.
Now let's see if my resist works. I don't think it did.
But you are
unless he rolled 16 damage.
No, he rolled 8 damage.
Yeah, that's supposed to be 4 then. I gotta figure out how to code that now.
Okay, well, let me just fix Dorian. I'll fix you. Oh, okay, it shows up as... Did you fix...
I just did it.
Okay.
Manually.
Okay. So Dorian is wounded for 8. And Goblin number 3 mutters something angry in Goblin. And there's a bunch of other goblins, and they are all jabbering to themselves and pointing at you and pointing at the 3 goblins left in front of the door. And that brings up Finnegan.
Alright, I'm going to attack goblin number 4 with my rapier.
That is a hit. Oh, goblin number 4 is a goner. The good thing about these goblins is they're really not overly hardy. I mean, they dumped con and all that. Okay.
Then, as my cunning action, I am going to...
Your what action?
Cunning.
Okay.
Cunning.
That wasn't as bad as when I said... I was talking about psychic abilities.
ESP,
And
yes.
Yeah. we'll leave that alone on the official stream. Okay, so...
Alright. So
yes,
Dorian in his nerdy rage... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, what Kirk just typed in chat. I'm
Yeah,
not going to say it out loud because I did that the other night, not realizing how it sounded when you actually say it.
Yeah, I'm pointedly not addressing that, and so we're gonna step over into here and put myself into melee range with the other 2, and to see, just for fun, to see if this works too. We're gonna throw a reckless attack on, which theoretically should give me advantage on my attack and everyone else advantage on their attacks.
Ooh,
So,
nice.
Let's see how this works here. On Goblin 3, that didn't work with the advantage. Alright, so there's 1.
Yeah, you did roll pretty badly with your mediocre axe.
Wow.
And then a natural 1. Nice.
Okay, so that didn't work either.
Pink dice color.
Right?
So, some more goblins kind of are looking at you and they're kind of giggling. And, because, yeah, that just really went nowhere. And that brings up Miss Bella.
So does that mean I have advantage now? If I whip my thorns back and forth?
If you
whip
attack
your
me...
thorns back and forth. You whip your
Oh,
thorns.
if I attack you.
Yeah.
Don't tempt her.
Oh, I'm not going to attack you. I misheard. But I am going to whip my thorns back and forth.
She
I
whips her
whip my
thorns back
thorns
and forth.
back
She
and
whips her
forth.
thorns back and
Ooh.
forth. And wow, those thorns nail Goblin 3.
Those are the best thorns.
Those
And not
are awesome
only
thorns.
do my thorns go zoink, zoink, zoink around Dorian, but they do damage to Goblin 3, but then they yoink Goblin 3 toward me and give Dorian an attack of opportunity.
Oh.
It pulls
well,
Goblin
no,
3
well,
10
actually-
feet closer to me.
You know, he'd
Since
have to leave my melee range, which he's not going to do.
Yeah, he was already in range, so if he was out of range, and then, yeah, so sadly,
Oh!
no attack of
Never
opportunity.
mind.
However, Goblin 3 is still standing, but he's covered in goblin blood, and he's swaying on his feet pretty badly.
Goblin 3, he would be in between Kirk and me and Dorian now because of the whips yoinking.
Can you just move him, Bella?
Like that. I moved him.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, You know, the other goblins are looking around. They're muttering to each other. They did not like the look of that. Seitan, burn some toast on a goblin.
I'm going to jump through the door, go on the side, mark non. This guy right here with that ranger effect. I'm going to try putting it on, see if it works.
Ooh, he's got a little plus on him.
Ooh.
Alright, and then I'm going to, again, try to... Oh, well, it's my longbow.
Wait. You're
5 feet.
You're going at the,
Actually, I'm going
the
to do it...
non-combatant one?
Yeah, but I'm going to actually be so close, but whatever. Well, let's do it anyway.
Okay, that is a hit. Although he is a non-combatant, so... And he's dead. Let me see, he was non-combatant number 3. Let me find him. Oh, it's a shame, you
There's
guys.
a room full of goblins. We're going to have to tear through them to survive. This is what's going to happen.
Hang on. Hang on. I do have a question for Seitan there. Does your hunter's mark give you advantage? Because if you're doing ranged from there, I believe that's a disadvantage roll.
That would be correct. Ranged attack in melee range.
I mean, you know, realize we're on the same team and all, but still, you know.
Well, we're on the same team, especially considering, Finnegan and I are trying to not engage the non-combatants here. So
the answer
By the way,
is
ahoy
no.
there, Farg.
So the answer is no. The hunter's mark, it gives me advantage on certain checks. Attack is not one of them.
Okay, so you have killed a non-combatant kobold, kobold, yeah. Meepo's like, no, not a kobold! You have killed a non-combatant goblin, despite the fact that there was a combatant goblin who's nearly dead standing right in front of you.
It's because, no, he got shoved through the door, and I'm trying to, like, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. And they all have to die, right? Because, I mean, that's... If we have to fend ourselves off here and now with an army of goblins, I'm sorry, but
Well,
to the standard right there, you know?
it's only in the room full of 30 goblins that you realize your forest gnome ranger is openly suicidal.
And at this point, all of the other goblins, except for this one standing in front of you, are, like, trying to flee. Actually, where were they trying to flee?
Dee dee mow.
Well, they can't flee through the easternmost exit. That would be stupid because you're there.
This is just like a rave.
They're just trying to flee up here. I mean, they're scared.
Well,
These are commoners and non-combatants, and they do not want to fight you, and they're running away. Until finally, only one goblin is left. Let's just pretend they're all gone because
One or two.
you've killed. Oh,
Well, I
two.
mean, we got...
Two. Yeah, yeah, you're right. 2. I was missing this guy who's standing between Dory and Bella. So yeah, all of these goblins are terrified, fleeing the facility.
Why are
I
they
wish
so
there
scared?
was-
I thought they were supposed to be bad guys.
Well, the ones that you're fighting right now are bad guys. These other ones are just a bunch of commoners and, you know, as goblins go, I guess you could say they're peaceful, which does not necessarily mean they're peaceful, but, you know, non-combatant. They're terribly afraid of you, and, you know, they're down here with kobolds. They're not used to seeing anything fight back successfully. And since these are the guys who aren't trained in any kind of fighting, they're terrified. And they're running for their little goblin lives. And, man, it is really a pain to delete all of these little goblin tokens individually off this map, because there's really not a good way to do it all at once. Goblin going down, down to Goblin Town. I'll be your number one with a kobold. Loaded ballist. Yeah, never mind. Okay. It's somebody's turn by now. So all of these goblin commoner. Oh, I should. That's what I should have done. I should just take them off the combat tracker, and then they would automatically disappear. So I'm deleting goblins to find out whose turn it is next. It's Goblin 1's turn. And Goblin 1 is going to pull out a scimitar and take a swing at Dory.
Wrong campaign. Dorian.
Dorian. Dorian, Borean, Dory, Bori, whatever. Anyway, Goblin 1 misses. Goblin Commoner 4 is fleeing. Whoops. Goblin Commoner 7, fleeing. Goblin Non-Combatant 5, fleeing. Goblin Non-Combatant 9, fleeing. Meepo's like, go, go! Go, adventurers! And it is Kirk's turn while I finish taking these goblins off. I don't know who designed this encounter, but it's from a DM standpoint, it's kind of a pain.
Well, it was written for pen and paper, not for...
That is true. Actually, it's kind of fun in a kind of annoying way. Okay. He failed his save. Goblin number 3 takes a big whiff of poison spray and collapses.
After being jerked through the door.
Yes.
Yeah, that's almost like the movie Alien or something like that.
There is one goblin left. Finnegan, you're up.
Our cat is, I mean, you think
Alright.
you think cats are cute, right? But they're also, they like to kill things.
We'd like to toy with our prey.
I'm gonna move up there and then try to stab him with my rapier.
And you stabbity stab, but it goes nowhere. Much like me when I play, I can't even remember what that name is. Oh no, we lost Bonnie. I can't remember the
Very
name
well.
again.
Oh, no.
And she's back. Okay.
So then, as my cunning action, I will disengage.
Okay. So Finnegan moves back, disengaging so he does not incur an attack of opportunity from the goblin. Dorian. One goblin left.
Alright, we're going to try this again here, and hit reckless attack against goblin number 1, which does not appear that it's working again, so I'll just manually do it.
Kobold, not goblin, never mind.
Seriously?
Dorian has apparently purchased a set of defective dice and attempts to swing around with his mediocre axe, and the mediocre axe lives up to its name and does not hit a damn thing. Bella, it's up to you. Yes, Dorian is about to rename his mediocre axe to terrible axe.
The thought did cross my mind.
That's terrible axe is kind of a funny word, actually. Terrible axe the impaler.
I'm gonna call back to Meepo and I'm gonna be like, hey buddy, a whole bunch of the goblins are running away. Should we kill them?
Meepo not no. Meepo just stay back here. You do what you want. And I've already deleted all those goblins. You scared them off. You just have this one left.
Okay.
Like I said, they were just, you know, goblin civilians who were not at all. I mean, they're not very nice. They're goblins, but they were not at all trained in the ways of fighting and stuff like that. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm assuming that they weren't wearing "I'm a commoner" T-shirt. So we can't really tell that they're like.
Well, they
you
weren't
know,
wearing any. I mean, I'm guessing goblins would at least be wearing some kind of rudimentary armor, and they would and weapons if they were warriors. Uh, so these four that have been attacking you did have armor and weapons. The others were just dressed in goblin rags, no weapons, just
So they didn't look dangerous.
whatever goblins normally wear when they're just like out and about doing their shopping.
Leisure suits.
Yes, leisure suit Larry in the land of the lounge goblins.
Absolutely, that's what they wear. I'm gonna whip my thorns back and forth.
I would
whip
be
my thorns
disappointed
back and
if you
forth,
didn't.
Whip them back and forth. Oh!
And
Dorian.
Bella's thorns go whipping here and whipping there and whipping everywhere except on the gobblers.
I almost whipped the mediocre axe out of Dorian's grip accidentally, but it doesn't land. It doesn't pull hard enough.
So Seitan apparently almost killed a toddler. I'm missing a reference there, but let's see if he can kill a goblin.
All right. I am going to move my hunter's mark to that person.
By the way, the ends of your sentences are cutting off just a little bit.
Okay, I'll just have to hold the button down longer, I guess.
You can set a delay for in the audio settings for the push-to-talk release delay. I have mine at about 600 milliseconds, and it works more like DDO's delay, where you can let it go and then it kind of rides for half a second.
That is a hit.
Yep.
And goblin number 1 staggers a bit, and he's definitely got some blood flowing from that wound, but he is still standing.
No, except he should also take an extra 1d6 because of the hunter's mark.
Oh, I wonder why he didn't take that. Okay, just roll a d6, and I'll apply it to the goblin.
Well, if you roll a d6, you should then be able to drop it on top of him automatically.
Can I do this? Yeah, I tried dragging it on there and it didn't let me.
Well, he hasn't rolled a d6 yet.
I was trying. I've got the effect in chat. I was trying to drag that onto the goblin, and that didn't work. So yes, you do need to actually roll a d6, and then I will drag it onto the goblin. And yes, Kirke has a great point. Dorian might be able to hit things with his axe better if he were not actually holding it. And that... Okay, it's still not letting me use that for damage. However, he only had 4 hit points left. You hit him for 5. Goblin number 1 is a goner.
He's toast.
He is... a toast burner has burned this goblin toast, yes.
Ooh.
Okay.
No, so keeping quiet.
Might as well move into the room and search not only the bodies, but the piles of rubble for anything of.
We were there to invade a goblin thing. It looked like we were going to have to defend our very lives. They were chasing after us with weapons. I mean, come on, right? I wasn't trying to be cruel. I'm a good guy for the most part, I think.
Okay.
No complaints from me, so,
So if you are moving into the room, go ahead and do that and tell me where you're moving in. And Finnegan, you have passive perception of 15, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, that is good to know. Where is Finnegan? I see Finnegan. Okay. You don't see anything.
I'm just inside the door.
Yeah.
I'm eventually going to work my way down to this rubble pile.
Meepo is kind of sneaking up here, and he's like cowering behind Bella. Goblins. Oh, no. Bella, move. Meepo, sneak up. Okay, as Finnegan approaches the pile, he realizes that there is a fine agate statue of the elven deity Corellon Larithian and a medium chain shirt in the pile.
Ooh. Well, suppose I could search for traps before we pick them
Uh,
up.
there are no traps. You're good.
Well,
And
we pick 'em up.
also some assorted coins worth, we'll say 10 gold. They're goblins. They don't have a whole lot, so we'll just add to
Bella
your
runs
gold.
up to the couch and she scratches it. The arms. Stretches.
Nice. So the agate statue and chain shirt are now in your inventory. Oh, and also there is a healer's kit and a poisoner's kit.
Can anybody use medium armor? I cannot.
I don't think I can as a ranger, no.
I can't.
Kirk is way too interested in that poisoner's kit.
I'll take the healing kit unless someone else needs it. Oh, wait, let me double check, make sure I don't have one already.
Oh, and on the table there's also some silver pieces, so let's throw them in there. Well, that didn't work. Why not?
I don't have one, so I'll do
Oh,
healer's
per
kit.
goblin warrior. Why does it not tell me? Non-combatants are not worth any XP, by the way. It doesn't tell me how much silver.
Okay.
You get silver
Rangers
pieces.
Rangers are proficient with armor, medium armor, excuse me, light and medium armor.
I'm just, you should be getting some silver from each of the goblins. Oh.
It'd be nice if the chain shirt had some pockets.
Okay,
for his
17
his
silver
cooking tools.
pieces. Which is really cool because you have 283, so now you have an even 300 silver pieces. Yay!
Woo!
That's really cool how lets you roll that. Just another reason to use Fantasy Grounds. Seriously, if you want to play Dungeons and Dragons and you have no friends nearby who play, you want to play online, this is pretty awesome, pretty easy to use. Homebrews, all kinds of modules.
Or hey,
You're right.
they
I
do
can
live,
take medium
nearby.
armor. So I'm gonna upgrade to that medium armor. Why not? Does it fit me? I'm a gnome.
Yes. Anything you find, I'm thinking is automatically going to fit the person who wants it.
Well, it's probably goblin
just-
size, maybe?
I'm just nice like that.
And that's not that different. Goblin size and gnome size, that's pretty close.
I think. All right. So what is it again?
It is a chain shirt.
And Kirk, if you want the poison kit, go for it.
Magic armor and wondrous items resize themselves, yes. Kirk.
So Bella, since you're a druid, which is about the closest thing we have to a cleric, if you wanted that healer's kit, I don't think anybody would object.
Yep. I can actually use that, probably, successfully.
You could probably even use the inflict wound scroll if you wanted.
By the way, those 4 goblins were worth a total of 200 XP, so that is 40 for each of you if you want to go ahead and give yourselves each 40 XP.
Inflict wounds is a cleric thing?
Right, but I don't know if but as a druid you may also be able to use it, I don't know.
Well, unless there's a DM dispensation, it's a DC check to use scrolls that aren't normally I don't think you're supposed to be able to read them if they're not a spell scroll in your book.
Yeah, I don't know how that works offhand.
And then if it is one in your book, but it's a higher level, you have to do a DC check to see if you cast successfully. So the DM would have to say, I can understand cleric scrolls.
You are a druid? I would probably want you to roll Arcana or something like that to see if you can understand, like, per scroll. Let me see. 610 XP total?
I have 710.
Yeah.
We were at 670, and then we just got 40, so I count 710.
Oh, I thought I had 570-bit. Okay, that's why I like to check. So 710 works for me.
Oh, I don't know. Kirk's only got 610.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought.
I've
I might
only
have given
got
myself an extra 100 on accident. That's entirely possible.
You did.
I-
I
Yeah,
think
you did.
did.
So yeah,
There we
Seitan's
go.
XP hasn't up and updated for a while. He should have 610. Do you want to go ahead and do that, or I've got him up here. I'll just throw 610 on there. Oh, next level is 900. Whoops.
So we need to kill a lot more goblins who aren't commoners.
Whoops. Right-clicking when I should be left-clicking, and I should... Oh, okay, some of you already have the 900 in there.
We just got 40.
Yep, no, I meant for the next level.
I'm talking about this chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Seitan, you had you probably only had 520 recorded because you missed a session, but we all said, and DM said that you could have the same as all.
Well, I mean, he did stay up there at the campfire warding off the twig blights with his horrible cooking so they wouldn't follow you down here.
He did
So-
lose XP for killing a commoner goblin.
Oh, that would... Well, it was a goblin, so... Yeah, I'm... Look at it this way.
we're
If not
invading
for
a
you
lair of
guys...
goblins, and
yeah.
if there's a whole bunch there, like all of a sudden 30, it's like we're gonna die. So that's as if we're not just like bolting and running, we're standing our ground. Then heck yeah, I'm attacking goblins that are in front of me.
You don't know. They could have all been like goblin kung fu masters.
Well, they weren't, but on the other hand, keep something in mind. Meepo is with you. These goblins, any of them, would be certainly capable of greatly harming or worse Meepo. The reason they all ran is they're used to just having kobolds to deal with, which they can do fairly easily. They are certainly not used to someone coming down here into their dungeon and beating the living doo-doo out of them.
For the record, I didn't do any doo-doo beating.
And I'm a gnome. I'll have you know, I'm a forest gnome.
You'll have
So
us
I'm
gnome, you're a
repping
gnome?
The forest, man. I'm repping the forest in these here dungeons.
Yeah, somebody turned Jerry to rap mode today. Or hip-hop, I'm not sure. Yeah, he's sexy and he gnomes it.
No. But it seems like the thing to be doing on character. But there's a bunch of doors here, huh? That
There
we're just
are
gonna
a bunch
ram
of
through?
doors.
Right now.
You have the door you just came through. Oh, excuse me, yawn. You have a door to the north, a door to the west, and a door to the northwest.
Do we know that the goblins fled through the north door?
You would have seen them, yes. I can tell you, I've just gotten rid of those goblins. You won't see them again. I mean, they were terrified. This would be like, going into a city that had like a very military type police force and a whole bunch of just ordinary people going about their business and just taking down 4 great big brutish police officers. All these civilians are standing there going, "Ah!"
They could all be signing up for Krav Maga classes as we speak.
They absolutely could.
Yeah,
But it will take
this.
by the time they actually finish the course and graduate and all that, you guys will be long gone or dead, one or the other.
And there were a bunch of doors in the room we just left too, right?
Yes, you have all kinds of doors everywhere.
I like the door Dorian is at.
Okay.
It's in his name.
Agreed.
He knows doors.
I do. I have a special connection with doors. I like to open them. It's a beautiful door in the neighborhood.
Okay, you have opened the door? Yes?
And it's open.
Okay.
Or attempted to be open.
It's just an ordinary door. It opens, and look, there are 3 goblins in here. The stench, garbage, and carrion here are evidence of years of use by unsanitary tenants. Tattered hides stretched on frames form 6 unstable hammocks around a much-used fire pit. battered cooking equipment, hey, Seitan, there you go, is mixed indiscriminately with broken or worn arms and armor.
Can you please unmask the
Oh.
map like a disgraced luchador?
Oops. Yes, that would be good, wouldn't it? So, yep, here are your goblins. They're around a fire pit. They see you. They're like, "Arrgh."
Hey, real quick, what's in the fire pit? You said there's something cooking there?
It's a much used fire pit, but there's nothing in particular in it. And
Oh, so they're not eating?
they're just kind of hanging out there right now. Hey, there's some hammocks in there. So, roll for initiative. And you definitely don't get surprised because, you know, you guys have been rummaging around through this pile here, and the goblins are like, yeah, we heard that. And Seitan, you get to go first.
Well, why did you say that there was something that I would care about? What was in there?
Oh, you must have missed that. Let me read this again. The stench, garbage, and carrion here are evidence of years of use by unsanitary tenants. Tattered hides, stretched on frames, form 6 unstable hammocks around a much-used fire pit. Battered cooking equipment, which I thought might be of interest to Seitan, is mixed indiscriminately with broken or worn arms and armor. So, basically, they've got a big pile of goblin junk.
Alright, I am going to pull out a small amount of salt from my pocket. Hold up my fist like, hey, just stay there, and be willing to trade him a little bit of salt.
For what?
For
Also,
them
can you
basically
speak
to shut
goblin?
up.
I can speak goblin. You want me to, like, you know?
Yeah, tell Bella what you're trying to accomplish so that she can speak goblin to them.
I have, let's see, common, gnomish, and orc. No.
You can tell Bella because she speaks goblin and she can tell the
Well, like I
goblin.
said, it was basically a hand gesture. I mean, this is a sign of, hey, I'm giving you this thing, just stay there.
Yeah, the goblins are like, salt? Big deal.
Alright, well, they want to attack? Fine. Alright. I'll drop the packet of salt and pull out my hand axe.
I hope it works better than the mediocre axe that Dorian is toting around. And man, it's a lot nicer to have only 3 goblins on the combat tracker instead of 34. And Seitan swings much like he cooks.
Miss.
Yes.
Well,
Wait, where are you like melee attacking through me?
oh, sorry. I moved you instead of me.
Oops.
Yes, I was going through.
Oh, and I
okay.
totally... Yeah, man, I need to get new glasses or something. I saw a 7 and I thought it was a 1. So he doesn't swing that badly. He narrowly misses goblin number 2.
Well, to be fair, that 7 does kind of sort of look like a 1.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was a 1 too.
Bella.
I'm gonna move into the room. Cha-cha-za. And then I'm gonna whip my thorns back and forth. That was the tail.
Duck,
I
Seitan.
whip my thorns back and forth.
Here comes
And I'm gonna do it at goblin number 3. Is that successful?
Bella whips her thorns back and forth and just barely misses goblin number 3.
Oh,
Just
disappointment.
barely.
I
However,
missed the beat.
goblin number 3 is like, that wasn't very nice.
Ha-ha!
Goblin number 3 sounds like Porcus, eh?
And he moves up here next to Bella and whips out a scimitar and rolls about as well as Dorian's been rolling. And the scimitar does not even create enough breeze to ruffle Bella's whiskers. So goblin number 3 hangs his head And that brings up Finnegan.
Does he feel shame as a minor action?
All right.
That's
So
kind of
I'm
tempting,
gonna-
actually.
I'm going to move past Dorian and move past Seitan and stand here. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. And then I'm going to attack goblin number 2.
A polite rogue. Wow. Looks like Dorian's not the only Canadian. Oh, that's a hit. That's a nat 20. That is a critical hit on goblin number 2. Goblin number 2 takes that rapier right through the chest, clutches his chest, the blood is spurting through his long goblin fingers. He collapses. He dies. Whoops. You clicked at the same time I did. Dorian!
So is it, whose turn is it? Is it my turn? Or
It
the
is your
goblin's
turn. It is your turn.
Okay.
Comet clicked next actor at the same, or turned on the same time I clicked next actor, so it advanced 2 people instead of 1. But it's you.
Okay, so I'm gonna step in over here and kind of go around the fire pit and tie up goblin number 3 and 1, and try again to see if I got this reckless attack coding to work. And hit goblin number 1 with my mediocre axe. Hey, I got it right.
That is a hit. Yeah, you might want to swing fast because you are standing in the fire pit. But I'm thinking for now, since they're not cooking anything, that the fire for now has been banked, and
Well, I also
it's
think
not.
I took his head off, so I could.
Yeah,
step
that
into
is
his
instant
corpse.
death on goblin number 1. I mean, there is a
Triumphantly
mighty.
kick his corpse out of the way and step over it.
There's a mighty swing. The goblin's head flies one way, his body flies the other. Kirk.
You just invented the game of golf. Oh wait.
Dorian actually hit something and you missed it. Yes, that is correct.
I didn't just hit it, I took his head clean off.
I mean, there were like goblin parts flying in several directions. It was kind of cool in a really grisly way.
Kind of like a Gallagher concert.
Gallagher totally gets on my nerves. That is a Kirk sprays poison. I think we determined the last time, and since we only do this once a month, it's sometimes a little difficult to remember. You know, we need a little refresher course. But as I recall, Kirk's poison spray attack involves him farting in his hand and then flinging it at the target. Am I remembering that correctly?
You most certainly are.
Okay. So
I believe that is what Dorian said, yes.
And Kirk is apparently very upset that we remembered that.
So Kirk farts in his hand and flings it at the goblin, and the goblin's like, "Oh my god!" But luckily, he whips a handkerchief over his little goblin nose just in time and takes a little bit of damage, but not a lot.
Well, from what also we discussed last session, lore-wise, is that the reason it's not too effective at the goblins if he's rolling really poorly on damage is because they're used to foul smells.
Well, I mean, the description of this room smells really bad. The stench, garbage, and carrion here, evidence of years of use by unsanitary tenants, that would be these goblins. So yeah, he didn't take a whole lot of... Yeah, the official description of poison spray is you project a puff of noxious gas from your palm. Well, you get the gas into your palm from your butt, okay?
Yeah, that doesn't really dispute the official description there, eh?
Meepo is standing out here going, "Phew, what stinks in there?" Seitan, you're up.
I let out a blood-curdling scream and try to hack at Goblin 3 with my axe.
I'm gonna want to hear the scream. Don't scare Liz. Oh, that was great. I hope you didn't scare Lizzie. That is a hit, and I am going to give you an extra point of damage to whatever your roll. So I'm going to make that a 5.
I have a feeling our forest gnome is more unstable than a certain bard I know in Waterdeep, eh?
I'm giving him a point of sonic damage for that scream. So, gnome, yeah, goblin number 3 is, he's hurting.
Yeah,
As
I was
our-
kind of picturing the Han Solo scream as he's running down the hallway chasing the stormtroopers.
So Seitan lets out a scream. The goblin immediately develops a piercing headache and takes a point of sonic damage, and allowing Seitan to get a really, really good shot at him, well, slash at him with the hand axe for an additional 4 points of damage. So 5 points overall, so that goblin is teetering near death. Which brings up Bella.
Ooh.
Let's see if I can push him over the edge. I'm gonna just use my, well, it doesn't matter. I will cast Shillelagh as a bonus action, and I will try to whack him.
Donna Shillelagh? Oh, that was Shillelagh. Nat 20, critical hit.
Whack, whack!
That certainly worked better than whipping your thorns back and forth.
I wickety whack him.
And he's... Whew, I don't know why it says he's unconscious, but his damage exceeds hit points by 4. He's gone. Okay.
That's in the DM settings as to whether or not the enemies go unconscious or just get deleted.
Oh,
It's one of their combat effects.
I should check that. Okay, so... Another 150 points total, so 30...
Yeah, here we
30
go. Here we go. Slice to meet you.
Slice to meet you.
Oh.
Oh. By the way, take 30 XP each.
Alright, and of course, search the room and the bodies, and, I'm kind of thinking, didn't we see some goblins kind of escape through here? So if they did, and I'm not seeing another door, maybe there's a secret door around here.
Well, they went through the north door, so...
Okay,
I saw
and...
some go through this door, but maybe not.
But we've
get-
had all kinds of secret doors, so who knows? Maybe there's a secret door.
Also true.
You don't find anything of value except a couple of silver pieces, which I have added to your inventory. And Meepo's gonna bop in here and take some shiny garbage, because he's a kobold and he likes that kind of thing.
Well, if
Just better to see
Seitan grabs the well-used kitchen equipment first.
I mean, Seitan, most cooks would probably have zero interest in used goblin cooking equipment that's in pretty bad shape. On the other hand, with Seitan's cooking, he might actually like it.
What if it was
having
cast...
a blunt weapon might be okay. Is there a good hard metal pot?
Oh, that's interesting.
Like a frying pan?
Cast iron?
Is there one?
There is a rusty... Yes, I'm going to go ahead and give you that.
Alright, so I'm gonna grab it off the wall, and then I'm gonna come back out of the room and look for this door that's to the northwest. Pan above my head, I'm kind of creeping up towards the door.
Okay, so you want me to roll for a secret door check, or just say there are no secret doors? What do you want to do?
Hang on. My fingers are on the wrong, because I'm trying to add this frying pan. This keyboard. Okay. One rusty cast iron frying pan in the inventory of Seitan. Hey, Demetrius. McDonald's run by kobolds? That would explain their obsession with pop can tabs. That is a good point. And let me find... need to find another area here. Whoops. Except I think you've already been there, so you wouldn't... I'm like thinking out loud. Yeah, the area... It's like supposed to bring another attack. And like... which I shouldn't be telling you, but
That
it's from way
feeling
too
when you're
far.
not sure if your DM is talking out loud or
Well,
doesn't realize
she
he has
is.
to push
we
the
were
talk
looking
on.
for a secret door though, weren't you? Maybe at the same time. Did you guys resolve that? Is that it?
There is not a secret door, but there is a visible door right here. I'm just like
Yeah.
trying to. It's really kind of hard to unmask a curved area like this.
I think you can freeform
Oh, you
unmasking
probably can.
it, but that's okay.
Do I hear anything coming from the other side of the door?
That's a good question.
So you stealthily approach the closed door.
You definitely hear goblin with a roll of 20. Yes, you definitely hear some goblin voices. And yes, if Seitan doesn't kill the foes outright, they'll die of tetanus later. So yes, more.
Alright, I turn to the group and I say, like, basically point to theirs with the universal sign language for more, whatever we wanted that to be.
More
Well,
yarn?
We did kind of see him run through the door, so that wouldn't be too surprising, but still, that's good to know.
Keep in mind, I mean, you saw them, a bunch of panicked civilian goblins screaming and running for their lives.
True, but we're still looking for the dragon that they stole. We have
This
no
is true.
idea where it is. So, systematic check.
Alright, so I'm gonna walk up to the door here and say, open Szechuan beef, and open it up.
Okay, the door. You are opening the door? Cool.
Dorian is opening the door.
Doropian.
Doropian.
There's his nickname.
Oh crap, this is a player map. Why does it actually show? Well, maybe it's visible.
Well, still masked on my end, so I don't
Well,
know.
I'm unmasking it, but it's like, it's a player map. Why does it show the trap? It shouldn't show the trap on a player map. But I'm guessing it's just...
It doesn't, at least not on my end.
It
Nope.
doesn't?
There are torches.
You see 4 torches
Really?
at the, that is
Well-
correct. I mean, we see a big circle in the middle, but that
There's a
it doesn't say
circle.
anything about trap or anything.
And there's a nice chair. Wait, it might be stone.
So
Can
I
I
just-
scratch that?
So I just gave
Yeah, that
something
looks
away.
like that might be pretty good to scratch. Like, there should be like a PlayStation or something on top of it.
Okay, you are in a
You
circular
unmask
room.
A little bit more to the west.
A circular shaft pierces the floor of this 40-foot diameter domed chamber. Is that really 40 feet? It does not look 40 feet. It looks about 35, actually. But okay, whatever. Dim violet light shines out of the shaft, revealing sickly white and gray vines that coat the walls of the shaft. This is like not sounding good as I'm hearing it. The light is supplemented by 4 lit wall torches set equidistant against the periphery of the chamber. A crudely fashioned stone throne sits against the curve of the northwestern wall. A large iron chest serves as the throne's footstool. A sapling grows in a wide stone pot next to the throne.
A tree.
Sorry, a what sits next to the throne?
A sapling. A baby tree.
A sapling. Oh, okay.
Well, this one I'm not saying that I'm not, like, running forward and instantly killing everything.
That's probably wise. So you see a large hobgoblin wearing splint armor, and a goblin shaman standing next to him. There's also a twig blight in a stone pot.
According to Twitch chat, we have already named the twig blight Treesus.
Treesus. SCP Red
That's
Mage, that's
Treesus.
great. Oh, Treesus, it's a twig blight. And you've also got... Oh, there's the other one. You've also got a couple of hobgoblins just kind of lounging around.
So as we open the door, do they appear hostile?
Oh yes. Roll initiative.
Okay. So we'll all take our turns sometime tomorrow.
I think everyone's glad to know that Seitan gets to go first.
Yeah, and then there's like an hour before we go.
No, he doesn't. Actually, the first one to go is the Twig Blight, who is in a pot. So he's just kind of going to stand there and...
Wait. So Treesus is stuck on pot?
Wait, is Treesus the sapling or is the sapling separate from Treesus?
That is a good question. Let me read this.
Either way, the sapling takes a look at what's coming and sees a cat, and the cat in the tree eyes.
Treesus is indeed the sapling.
Ooh.
Because I don't see another pot, so he must be, right?
I want to know, does he say, I am Treesus?
He can if you want him to. I'm good with that. But,
no idea what it means, but you know.
But yeah, he's kind of stuck there in a pot, so he really can't do much. That brings up Grinnell, which, you know, that is the little goblin spellcaster here. She's got all kinds of things she can cast. Just because she can. Oh, you guys are still not even in the room yet. What's the range on this?
Just me.
What's the range on poison spray?
10 feet.
Shoot.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, has Treesus turned treasonous yet? Treesus is stuck in a pot. So he's kind of not able to do anything until somebody comes over and actually attacks him. So she's going to hold her attack.
Maybe we'll want to free Treesus. You ever think of that? I mean,
that's true. Doesn't really say too much in here about Treesus. So hobgoblin number 2 is going to march over here to the door. I'll just... Yeah, these doors are kind of weird, so I'm going to say he can reach that's within 5 feet of Dorian. I almost called you Bori. He's going to whip out a long sword.
Watch what you whip out on stream.
I whip my longsword back and forth. And he's going to take him
5 feet.
Yeah.
All 8 squares around the center square is considered 5 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a little weird because of the way the door is. That's all. That is going to be a hit on Dorian. Oh.
Ow.
For not a whole lot of damage. But still,
enough.
I'm sure it smarts a bit. And he's going to shake his fist in Dorian's face. And that brings up Seitan. Is there a cleric in the house?
I'm going to bolt. 1, 2, 3. And before I become out of range, I'm going to turn around, cast a hunter's mark on it.
Sorry, didn't catch what you were casting?
A hunter's mark on
okay.
it. And then I'm going to try to get it with my hand axe.
And that is going to miss by a mile.
No.
You were probably actually closer to hitting hobgoblin number 3. Hobgoblin number 1.
Oh no, I already used my bonus action. Never mind.
Hobgoblin number 1 did not like you swinging at his friend, and probably also getting closer to him. So he's going to pull out his longsword. And take a whack at you. Ah, that's gonna hurt. Okay, why do I have two different damages here? I'm gonna be nice and give you the lower one. And he's going to hit you. Okay, what
Is
did
it
that do?
a longsword?
It is a longsword.
Then that's going to be for one-handed or two-handed swings. It's a
They're
versatile
okay,
weapon.
they're one-handed. So that's going to hit
D6 versus
Seitan
D8, I think,
for
or
5
D8 versus D9.
5 points of damage.
And look, he made his concentration save. Woohoo!
Yeah, what did the concentration save accomplish?
For the hunter's mark.
Yeah.
Is that actually showing? Oh, yes, it is. There's this little plus sign right there. Okay, so that is... So, hobgoblin number 3. Like I said, I really don't want to kill any of you, so you're down to 14, you're down to 13, so it really doesn't matter. Actually... Hobgoblin number 3 is going to stand on this chest and grab a longbow. Whoops.
I thought that was a shaft.
Actually, this whole thing is a shaft. That's actually a big chest that he's standing on, apparently. Or if you prefer, I could just, like, move him right. Oh, whoa, I moved the wrong thing. Ah, no, there I go. Okay, he's going to stand there. And he's going to fire his short bow at Finnegan. And everybody duck because that arrow is going to ricochet all around the walls and not hit a damn thing before it clatters to the floor.
Woohoo!
Bella!
I was gonna say, don't I have partial cover because of Dorian?
That's true.
Doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter, he missed, so woo!
Yeah, that's... it didn't actually say anything about a trap aside from...
I am gonna let out a roar, and I'm gonna use my bonus action to wild shape into a brown bear.
Maybe turn into a brown bear after you move through me in the door.
Oh yeah, I gotta move through the door.
Okay, actually, this is a shaft in the middle as well. The description is a little confusing. I was kind of, well, it's not so much confusing as I read it a little too quickly. That is a shaft. It's got like a 2-foot-high wall around it.
So we could totally, this is Sparta, these hobgoblins.
So you can hop up on the wall and dance around it or whatever.
You could.
So I go in the room. I'm a bear now. Grrr!
Okay, Bella is the cat who has become a bear.
I'm a super bear. And
With that claws back and forth.
I get 2 attacks, and my first one is a bite. I'm gonna try to chomp on hobgoblin number 2.
SCP Red Mage, oh, you should have heard what I said about comic relief being psychic the other night. It was bad. That is a hit.
Nom 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 nom.
So the bear takes a big old bite of goblin, and hobgoblin number 2 is hurting.
And on my second attack, I'm gonna wickety whack him with my claws. Scritch, scritch, scritch. I'm good at doing this in the first place, but now I got bear-sized claws.
That is a hit.
Scritch, scritch, scritch.
Finish him off. Oh yeah. Hobgoblin number 2 is shredded by the bear claws, which are sadly actual bear claws and not pastries. And he collapses into a tatter of goblin flesh. And do goblins have fur? Do they have skin? Whatever goblins have, you know. Anyway, he's dead.
Yeah, they've got skin and hair and.
And that brings up
too. They're
Finnegan.
humanoids too.
Finnegan. Treesus is turning the pot yellow, seeing the cat turn into a bear. No, it's still a cat that needs a scratching post.
Alright, I'm gonna move past Dorian. And then I'm gonna attack hobgoblin number 3 with my rapier.
That is a hit. for a small amount of damage.
I'm not done yet.
Cool.
And because he does have enemies within 5 feet of him, I can use my sneak attack dice.
Ooh. Keep in
Which
mind he's also
damage?
standing right up against a 2-foot wall with his back to it. Just, saying.
That's okay. That's alright. And then as my cunning action, I'm going to disengage.
Okay. Kirk, you're up. I whip my Dorian back and forth. I whip my Dorian back and forth. In case you are watching on a small screen and can't actually read our Fantasy Grounds chat, Dorian is sitting here saying he gets shoved back and forth, and we've been whipping our hair and our thorns and our tails and everything back and forth, so why not our Dorian too?
It sounds so much dirtier when you say it that way.
I know, ain't it great? Okay, so Kirk is going to give Dorian a little shove, and he's going to fart in his hand and then throw it at hobby number 3, and he rolls a nat 1 and utterly fails. Instant death.
Natural 1 with a 12 damage. He opened his mouth and swallowed it.
Kirk farts in the hobgoblin's general direction, and it's just too much to take. Hobgoblin number 3 bites the dust, smells the dust,
Tastes the dust.
probably.
Becomes the dust.
Dern is going to be like, yay, I'm just going to sit here and watch what happens. Dorian.
Oh, yeah. It's not like I opened the door or anything. Okay. Gonna 1, 2, 3, 4 rush around the edge here and
Don't fall in the shaft.
take a reckless attack. Well, the hobgoblin was just there. If he can stand there, he's bigger than I am.
I was really
Yeah.
hoping someone was going to try to push that last one over the edge.
Well, somebody might try to
There's
push
still a
me.
goblin left.
Which that is definitely a hit with the mediocre axe. The mediocre axe is actually a not too terrible axe, and it makes solid contact with the hobgoblin. And does a fair amount of damage. He's still standing, but he's tottering a little bit. Meepo is hiding in the next room, going, "Ah, don't let them get kobold!" Twigblade is standing in his pot. Tresus the Twigblade.
Says, I am Tresus.
I am Tresus. Grenell is sitting there going, whatever. Seitan.
Oh, you went AFK a minute.
Oops. Oh, yeah, I should check Discord chat, shouldn't I? I did not see that. Well, next up would be the hobgoblins. So if it was one of you guys, I would simply switch your turns, but I don't.
Sorry, I'm back. Just got back.
Oh,
Wait, you're sorry you're back?
No, sorry, I just got back.
oh, no worries. It's been
had
your
a
turn.
cat. I had a cat that just came downstairs from a long nap to realize that not only was there not food in the dish, but that there was no dish at all because it had been put into a sink to be washed. And she had
Did she
some
faint?
thoughts on the matter that needed to be expressed. So.
Hi,
So
Lizzie.
the cat flew into a nerd rage.
I can actually totally see Lizzie flying into a nerd rage.
Solidarity.
A purge rage, yes. Anyway, it is your turn, and
Alright.
and it's only been your turn for about 15 seconds, so you didn't miss much. There's
Alright.
just one hobgoblin standing here, fairly heavily wounded. He is
Is that
standing next to the
Grennel?
wall.
Oh,
no.
what about Grennel? Who's Grennel?
Grennel is the
Grennel's-
goblin sorceress. And
Across the pit.
yeah,
Yeah, can I attack can I move my hunter's mark to Grennel and attack with a longbow?
You'd still be
Well-
at disadvantage with Hobgoblin 1 within 5 feet of you.
I mean,
Well, here's the thing. Grennel hasn't really attacked, correct? And also, do you only get to move the hunter's mark if you kill it, or if it just dies? General question on that one.
If the target dies, he can then at a subsequent turn use a bonus action to move it to anyone else within range.
Okay, cool.
you do
So long as
notice.
concentration is maintained.
You do
But yeah,
notice.
Grennel hasn't really attacked us yet, so.
Yeah, you do notice, especially with Finnegan's 15 passive perception, that while Grennel is standing next to Dern, she does not look as though she likes him very much at all. She's kind of glaring at him. Okay, and Seitan swings his hand axe at Hobgoblin number 1 and misses. Hobgoblin number 1. Grennel is, yes, a goblin. Hobgoblin number 1. Let me see who's got the most hit points. Tell you what, I need to attack somebody who's not injured, because I really don't want to, kill too many of you off. A few of you, sure, but not too many. Hobgoblin number 1 does not like this cat turning into a bear, pulls out a longbow, and shoots at Bella. Oh!
I'm a huge target.
You are a much larger target as a bear, so he hits you square on.
But
Whoa.
he would also have disadvantage for a ranged attack within 5 feet.
Yes, and I'm not sure exactly how that happened, but the damage was absorbed.
Oh, it's because of... It's technically not absorbed, but I have 17 more hit points because I'm a bear.
Oh.
So the damage is on my temporary hit points.
Okay, so you actually got it. So you're still basically at full health.
Yeah, because my bear form has 34 HP.
So you took 9 damage, which would have been devastating normally. No, it's still not great, but...
Rawr!
So you still have temp HP left and everything. And it's your turn. Ooh, green goblin, don't give me any ideas.
Too late.
I am gonna run over to Grennel. I'm gonna go around the side of the shaft. Just in case this is an interesting path. That's the path I take.
You've got a hobgoblin almost dead here who you could, push over the wall.
But I'd have to push Seitan aside or something to attack him. And there's 3 people there.
Trees just would help you push Seitan aside.
Yeah, I mean, he's a hobgoblin on the edge, and now I'm hearing, I'm a hobgoblin on the edge!
They can deal with him.
Must not metagame, carry on.
I am going to try to chomp this goblin. Looks like a tasty morsel.
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't do that, but okay.
Aww.
That is an automatic miss. I am glad.
And then I'm going to try to claw this goblin.
Oh, that is a hit.
That is a hit.
No, you killed Grennel! No! If you had actually just equaled her hit points, I was going to say, okay, I'm going to let her be unconscious, but you exceeded them by 9. You have killed Grennel. That is
a
sad.
goblin.
Well, that is sad. I wish you'd...
Is this 2 innocent non-combatants now we've killed?
I wouldn't say innocent, but I will tell you a little bit more about Grenell in a bit. And
I mean, based off the information we have,
that's true. Yeah, I mean, it was a goblin who was looking at the hobgoblin very unhappily. That she clearly did not like him and did not want to be there. Which is why I told you that when I thought you might start attacking either one of them. Finnegan.
Okay. I used the wrong push to talk and got a bunch of F's in my chat box there. Alright, I'm going to move in towards Hobgoblin 1. And then I'm going to attack him with my rapier.
Nobody wants to push him down the shaft. Darn it. That is a hit.
There's a lot of obsession with putting goblins onto shafts. I'm just saying.
I just wanted to see somebody like push him over the edge. That will do it for Hobgoblin number 1. And now that he's out, I mean, Dern is still just standing here. So you can, now that, the fighting's over, you can take a look at the shaft. You can see, you see it has a 2-foot wall around it, much like the upper end of a well. Because of the wall, a creature pushed towards the shaft, yeah, you could have absolutely pushed one of them over. Thick, pale vines line the shaft. The vines are as good as knotted rope for the purpose of climbing.
Well, you say that combat's over, but it's still Kirk's turn.
Well,
decide to go ahead and kill Dorian anyways.
There's no fighting going on right now, is what I'm saying. I did not necessarily say that combat was over. Maybe I did say, geez, now I sound like, I can't be specific. I sound like certain politicians. I said this, but what I actually said was, anyway, there's no fighting.
Oi! Who moved me into the...
Do you really? I can have him roll a saving throw if you want to shove him in there. Hey, I'd be willing. So yeah, Dern has just been standing there, looking at you.
Wait, standing or still seated on his
throne?
Yeah,
he's on a throne, isn't he? Yep.
What is it? A porcelain throne?
It is not.
Okay, just checking.
So, it is Kirk's turn. I'm just looking to see if I need to know anything else. So, Dern just holds up both fists and says, "I will never surrender."
Okay, that's all I needed to hear.
And then he hears Meepo. Is that a kobold? So he's asking you if that's a kobold he hears.
I say, rawr.
Okay.
Well, Kirk is there. I figured he might answer him, but...
Okay, so, yeah. So he was like, must vanquish all kobolds. So, clearly, now, he's up for fighting you.
Wait, the kobold's outside, though.
Yes, but Meepo has been cheering you on in his squeaky little kobold voice.
Oh, okay.
Okay, poisoned Kirk farts in his hand and flings it towards Dern. He fails his save. And takes a point of damage because, I mean, he's a hobgoblin. He smells worse things all the time. But this is really not pleasant, so he does take a little damage. And now it's his turn. He's like, I need to look at who's. And he's looking at Finnegan. He's just looking like, I don't like that guy. And he pulls out his longbow and fires. And the arrow.
He still has disadvantage.
He rolled a 1.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
And the arrow, his mediocre arrow, just kind of, it doesn't even clatter around. It like flies 3 inches and plummets into the floor and does not even land with the point sticking down. It just kind of flops onto the floor. He looks rather disappointed. Dorian.
They make medication for that, you know, eh? Alright, so as I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 running around the room, going to fly into a nerd rage. Oh, did my reckless clear? Yay! It cleared automatically. Alright. Throw all the massive nerd rage effect on. And the reckless attack, because why not?
Why not?
And let's see here. On Dern.
Oh, that is a hit. With a mediocre axe. Well, you rolled a 14 and an 18.
I'm assuming that's a hit.
That actually was, I wouldn't say a great axe, but that's actually, this turn, it's a pretty good axe. You rolled an 18 and a 14, so.
Yeah, I think it's gone from a terrible axe or whatever to a not bad axe.
On that particular turn, it was a pretty good axe. That could, change next turn, of course.
Ooh!
Holy crap, you killed Dern. I was not expecting it to be quite that easy.
Just walk up and decapitate him.
Dern, having heard the rumors from the other goblins of just how terrible that axe is, possibly takes some extra damage from shock as the axe smites him, and he keels over and dies. Okay. So, let's see. I need to give you guys some XP, don't I? What was that? 3 goblins? Or no, 3 hobgoblins.
3 hobgoblins and a goblin.
Okay, for the 3 hobgoblins, take 60 XP apiece.
Well, I get I'm even 700 with that.
Same.
If I can only type. For Dern, take 40 apiece. I can't remember what what's her name's name was.
Grenell.
Grenell, right. Whoops.
We're at 0 because it was a non-combatant.
I will tell you a bit more about Grenell in just a sec. She was, you get 10 apiece for her.
So I have a total of 740.
750.
Yeah, 750.
750? Okay.
Smite me, O mighty smiter. Yes.
Are we going to
Wait, no, we
rescue
went from...
Croesus there, or are we going to just leave him in the pot?
We were at an even 700, and
I
then
wanna.
we got 30, and then 10.
No, 40.
Was there something I missed? 40. Oh, okay. I heard 30. I'm special.
So, by the way...
Totally down with the short rest.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Why don't I fill you in a little bit? The twig blade...
Are we going to pull him out of the pot, or are we going to let him sit in the pot?
If you guys would let me get a word in edgewise. No, I'm just kidding. I keep... So, Grenell, as I've been trying to tell you, because Dern and his hobgoblins usurped control of the Durbalek tribe, Grenell hated them. She also wanted to protect her tribe, and she would have been willing to negotiate a truce if you had killed Dern before you killed her. She also hates and envies Belak, and I'm going to say there's like a couple letters around that tell you about all this stuff. The twig blade was a gift from Belak the Outcast, and was Dern's pet. So, yeah, I don't know what you would really like to do.
I want a
But-
pet tree.
Okay, you can have the pet tree. So you are looting the bodies, and you get
Searching the room.
you find something a little interesting here. You find Talgin's gold signet ring.
That was
That
one of
Lady
our
Hucrele, if you couldn't return her son, she wanted his signet ring. And you can tell that it is his signet ring because it has the Hucrele family crest worked into the chest pieces. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait,
Oh, that's
which
like,
ring
that's
did we
actually his
find?
armor.
Talgin.
Dern is also wearing Talgin's armor, which is what's identifiable. He also has the key to his iron chest, which is standing right there, and keys to a couple other keys. There's some silver earrings set from moonstones that you took off of one of the hobgoblins, and another one has a matching necklace. So
I'm not really interested in taking their stuff, for the most part.
We do want the signet ring, though.
you also want the keys, I'm sure.
Sure. There you go.
Okay, and there is a chest here. It is locked.
Grab the keys.
Well, you have the key to it, but Florida keys. I think before you do that, Finnegan and anyone else who wants to, I would like an investigation check. Before you open the chest. And I'm being really nice to you then. Okay, cool. Finnegan, you realize, as people are grabbing the key and trying to open the chest, you say, "Wait! It's trapped." And so there is a needle in the lock, which a dexterity check from our rogue, Finnegan. Ooh, would you like to try that? I'm going to be nice and ask you if you want to try that again.
Well, sure.
There you go. The trap is disarmed. You can open the chest. Which contains... Use. What does the chest contain? A potion of healing, 2 vials of antitoxin. Also, you find Grenell had a spell scroll of fairy fire and another of expeditious retreat.
Ooh, a vial of antitoxin. I definitely am going to use that for
saving
our
people
cooking.
from your cooking.
Cooking? I was going to say, he's going to use it as flavoring for his cooking.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Do we want to roll on the healing potion?
I will leave that up to you guys. You should all be in your inventory, so you should be able to... Yep, it is. So you can just assign it as you see fit. Oh, yes, you can absolutely kick the bodies down the shaft. And I am trying to figure out what, if any, languages...
We kick our bodies back and forth.
I'll take the silver earrings. Just 'cause they're pretty.
Okay, shoot, the twig blade cannot speak, so I'm trying to figure out how...
Can you just click him on the combat tracker, the little helmet thing, to make him an ally?
Hang on, I am trying to figure out how this... There's stuff in here I want you to know that if you hadn't gone and killed everybody, would be easy for me to let you know. So... Now, what are you trying to do here? I'm, like, trying to read things, and... By the way, Meepo comes in and is like, cheering because you beat the bad guys! Yay!
Wait, did that hobgoblin have Shog's helm?
No.
Because we just had a kobold cheer us to defeat a hobgoblin warlord.
Well, keep in mind, these goblins have been terrorizing the kobolds. These goblins stole the dragon the kobold was supposed to be protecting. And also, I would like to take about a 5-minute break. I need to bio.
Coolio.
So, we will be right back. Do you want the Beholder video up for... I'm not going to be gone that long. Talk amongst yourselves.
The dice have spoken.
Unless somebody else wants to roll on it. Have her identify it for you when you put it in your pack. Can anybody use heavy armor?
I can. Yeah, I can hear you.
No. Can you use heavy armor?
Oh, no. Barbarians tend to go unarmored because we get our dex and con bonuses.
Well, I mean, if we can haul it out of here, we can sell it and split it, I guess. But, it's a nice split mail in there is all.
Kirk makes a valid point.
I don't know what she said on that. May have.
She did say he was wearing Talgin, what's his name? Talgin's armor, which was the son whose signet ring we just picked up. I think that was a name.
Right. Talgin, correct. So who's taking the poisoner's kit?
Kirk was super excited about it earlier.
Well, I know, it's still there in party sheet, though. That's all I was wondering. I mean, I don't care if we leave it all there, but, I'm just saying.
I think I'm the only one greedily dragging things to my inventory.
Sure. Yeah,
Does somebody want to take the signet ring that we found?
Well, that we can leave in party chat or party sheet because we'll be turning that over to what's her face. But 2 people didn't take one of the jade figurines for their own if they wanted to, whatnot, because there was 5.
Actually, I'm going to look and see if I can use the lightning.
Yeah, and shields.
Oops, was trying to redo my push to talk and almost actually did disconnect myself for a sec there. Oh, where were we?
I'm guessing Seitan didn't take one of the jade figurines, but what do I know? And I don't know who else did not, but I've got one.
I don't think I did.
I have one.
Yep. And I believe you also got...
I do not, but I'm not going to.
Oh, by the way, that trap's disabled. Looks like, yes, it looks like it did give you... Oh, no, you didn't get 231 GP, did you?
Does anybody want the antitoxin vial? There's 2 of them. 2 people can get them.
Okay, the onyx gems are in, so I'm guessing... I don't remember how much GP you had before.
I'll take both if no one wants it, but I'm at least taking the one.
Yes, the armor did indeed belong to Tholgrin Hucrele, which you can tell it's got the Hucrele family crest on it. And also, you have his ring, which is engraved with his name.
That's fine. I don't think anybody can use the heavy armor anyway, so...
Yeah, and I'm sure Madame Hucrele is going to want it back.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and take those 2 vials of antitoxin there, Seitan. I don't think anybody else has spoken up on it. And weren't you also going to take the chain shirt?
Yeah, I thought Seitan said he was going to take that.
Yeah, I already did. Oh,
there's another chain shirt?
Well, it's still in the party sheet inventory.
Oh, yeah, I haven't really used that. I guess I probably should.
Oh, so you just added it manually?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if we can get rid of our chain shirt from there, rid of the parcel. Because if there's another one, I'll totally use it, but...
Okay, so like I said, there's information I would like you to have, even though you were supposed to kind of get it from Grenell and you killed her! Or...
Oh well!
You can also, you know, if you had decided to capture and interrogate the goblins, you could have maybe learned a few things.
Well, I'm thinking maybe we climb down the shaft here and kind of see what's down below.
Well, since I would like you to know this stuff, I'm not going to bother adding this to the inventory because it's just information that I'm going to tell you, but I'm going to assume that one of the things you find is Grenell's diary, which fell out of her pocket. Oh, yes, I am going to give you... I will do that right now. Menu. Short rest.
Alright, so Dorian, with the short rest, did you want to spend hit die to recover something?
I am. I'm just getting rid of the chain shirt from the party sheet real quick. There we go. Okay.
So
I just took it and then deleted it. Yeah. Short rest, I would definitely like to spend some hit dice.
As you're resting, you know, and one of you, whichever one, is sort of leafing through the diary. And
that would be Bella.
That probably would. And Bella is, Bella, I'm assuming you're going to be reading this aloud to everyone because they're all going to want to know. You find out that Bellac, they had actually captured the Hucreles and their companion, that Sir Braford or Brafford or however you say it. And Bellac wanted all of the living human prisoners sent down to him, but in a fit of anger, Dern slew Tholgrin. And he sent Sharwin and Sir Bradford. Bradford? I wonder if that's supposed to be Bradford. Seems to be that there wasn't a funny name before. Anyway, it's spelled B-R-A-F-O-R-D. But the guy they were with, the guy who was senior there, it says that, according to Grenell's diary, Dern sent Sharwin, the sister, and the other guy to the Twilight Grove.
Grove?
Grove.
I like the sound of that. I bet Treesus likes it too.
Probably. Seitan, are you going to do anything to get some hit points back?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean, you are safe in this room for now. If you want to take a long rest, I would allow that.
Oh, I'd be much more down for a long rest.
Everybody
yeah, that
else?
sounds great.
If oh, never mind.
That's fine.
Because our healer spent all of her healing spells on whipping her vines back and forth.
No, I have all my spells.
Well, vine
Yeah,
whip's a cantrip?
I don't know that we use. I don't know that we use any spells.
I've been cantripping only.
Ah, okay.
Let me see if I can actually. Do you want to take this twig blight with you? Let me see if I can actually. Let me see if I can actually drag him into your.
Yeah, he's Bella's playtime. I mean, companion.
So are we now going to have to create an NPC character sheet for the twig blade?
No, he's in a pot. You're just going to carry him.
Yeah. He's like our own little flower, like Hiti had.
Kind of.
You just turned me into a twig blade.
She be cantripping, yo. Exactly.
So, Dorian took the healing potion. You want to go ahead and identify that for him in his inventory?
Per favor. Mr. Kirk? Apparently, yeah, I took the healing potion from the cache and turned it into a twig blade.
That's odd. It says he should actually have 2 keys. Yes, in addition to his, he has other keys.
And, you know, I have our magic users who can actually inscribe scrolls and take those fine scrolls because, you know, they're fine scrolls.
They're fine. It's fine.
I don't know how to do any of that stuff.
You have a rogue. You don't need those keys. So you are in this room. You can see the shaft leading down. And there is the door to the southeast that you came through, and a door to the northeast, which you have not yet been through.
Again, I'm going to try to creep up to it and try to listen.
No, I'm thinking we crawl down and see what's in the shaft. Because, you know, there might be, who knows, jail cells, dragons in jail cells.
Do you want me to, like, climb and scout? Because I can climb naturally.
Sure.
Okay, the shaft is 80 feet deep. I'm just going to tell you that right now. But there are thick pale vines, which, as stated before, are as good as knotted rope for the purpose of climbing. So, yeah, if you want to climb down, you're good. If you fell down, you would definitely have to make a save.
I shouldn't fall because I can climb as a cat, unless something happens. Or, I guess, because I can climb unassisted.
I'm still tripping over the fact I turned into a twig blade and I can't get myself back.
Can you drag yourself from the desktop?
Nope.
What are you trying to do here?
He turned his icon into the twig blight.
Someone put the twig blight on top of me. And now my icon is that of a twig blight on the map and the combat tracker.
Oh no!
Okay, from the desktop, if he took his portrait and dragged it over to his token, maybe that would.
Oh, I've reset my token about 3 times now.
Yeah, I don't have your icon, so I'm gonna take this off. You're gonna climb down.
Your face just changed in my feed.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because I've been messing with it to try and kick it to reset my token.
Okay, well, let me. How about if I delete you from the combat tracker and then redrag you in there?
We'll try that.
There we go. How are we doing on the party sheet? Are Are you on the party sheet? Yes, you are. Okay, you're not a twig blade. Cool. Okay, so you are all climbing down the shaft?
Yeah, now I'm not on the map though.
I still see him as a twig blight on the map.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Kirk says he's not climbing.
Okay.
Yay!
There we go.
Yay.
Oh, come on, Kirk.
Well,
you can climb down.
I mean, it's... Meepo says... That not where Goblin. Goblin's up here somewhere. Dragon not down there.
What's down there?
Meepo not know, but Meepo know dragon on this level. You can absolutely still go down there.
Oh, we still need to find what's her face, so maybe she's down there. What do we know?
Or she could be on this level because there is still a door you haven't gone through.
True.
We could stick a pin in it and come back here and go down the shaft.
True. There's lots of doors we haven't gone through yet.
There actually really are. There's a whole bunch on this level. The good people watching on Twitch can see how much of this level is left to explore. It's a fair amount.
Does somebody want to make an executive decision, or do we want to take it to a vote, or... You know, it doesn't matter to me. I'm
definitely for exploring more of this if we think the dragon could be on this.
Alright, let's stick a pin in it then.
I don't have any pins.
Don't worry, I am not going to let you not go. You will be going down that shaft eventually.
Okay.
I'll tell you that.
Down the shaft.
Okay, door. Yeah, you want to take the door?
Oh, okay, let's go get
actually,
the
I'm
door.
not being fairly insistent. I just want to make sure you know. The dragon is not down there. Now, the dragon could be considered an optional. If you want to get the dragon for Meepo, you're going to want to stay on this level. I probably shouldn't tell you that, but I will. There's absolutely things you will need to go down there for at some point. You don't have to go down there right now, but you could.
Meepo's my new friend. Meepo says we're not supposed to go down there to do the thing we're helping him on, then I'm not going down there.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Meepo's your old new friend. Treesus is your new friend.
New friend, yes.
True, but I can't speak with Treesus yet. I have to wait a few levels.
Treesus understands common, but he's a twig blade, so he can't speak.
Yeah, I can't speak with plants yet.
Oh, he understands common.
Yeah,
so you can. So you
speak
can't
with
understand him. Okay, I got it.
How do I know that he speaks common though?
I'm.
Treesus, do you speak common? Does he not?
I'd be like,
he like nods.
Who's a pretty tree?
And if it's possible for Bark to smile when he hears who's a pretty tree, his bark looks very smiley.
Now, do we know the grove from the diary? Do we know if is it down the shaft?
You don't know that. You don't know where it is. I know where it is, but I'm not telling you.
Can I ask Treesus if his home is the grove?
Yes, it is. He nods his little barky head.
Would you like to go home, Treesus?
He nods his little barky head.
Okay. Maybe not like... Yeah.
You don't know where the grove is, though.
Eventually, maybe we'll get there, and if we get there, I'll let you go to your home. I'll let you go.
And his bark looks smiley again.
But for now, find that dragon.
I'm not sure exactly how Bark would look smiley, but his does.
Wait. We have a quiver in the party parcels. We could totally hang a quiver on his branches.
That could be his job.
You know, he's in a pot. And, I mean, he
that's
does theoretically have some attacks he could use if something got close enough to him. I mean, most twig blights are mobile.
An enemy and put the pot down and back away.
Exactly.
He's just going to whip his twigs back and forth.
I'm not sure if it would be, appropriate to do on the official DDO stream to say that you could, like walk up to the enemy and say, here, have some pot. That's probably not a great idea. Okay, so there is 3 ways out of the room. There is the door to the southeast that you came through. There is the shaft. And
Yeah,
there
no one
is the
wants
door
shaft.
to the northeast.
I've been keeping an ear out on that door to the northeast.
You hear absolutely nothing.
All right. Well, since Seitan says it's all quiet, we're gonna
Shrug.
push the door open.
Actually, I was kind of thinking something like a cauldron myself. But, you know, you can kind of lug them around, I guess. Maybe it's on wheels. I don't know. Okay.
Baby Groot.
Baby Groot. So you are opening the door, and you see a hallway ahead of you.
That is kind of what I was thinking about when I introduced that thing.
Ooh.
And it goes for about 40 feet. There is a door to the south, which, as you can see, I think, let me make sure it's completely cleared, is basically just leading back into the big room that led you into the circular room. And then it curves to the right, and now that Dorian is up there, and you know something? There's actually nothing at all. There's no little pin to tell me what the heck this room is.
Okay, so it looks like we're going back to the big chamber and going to the room that I previously marked death.
So that door is like 3 doors in one.
Basically, yeah. So now you are back in this room with the dragon pillars. The torches are burning. There is a door to your north and a door to your east.
Can we get the southern part kind of unmasked, please?
Oh. You mean like that?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's just a wall. Yep.
No worries, thank you.
I like the north door.
Well, we were more or less going clockwise when we were first in this room, so that's the next one up.
All right. Northward ho!
Okay, let me make sure. This door is locked.
Before we get too far ahead, Kirk, did you identify that potion while we were doing our long rest thing in the safe chamber?
Well, I thought was just gonna do it for you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let you have it. Let me.
Well, both of them can cast it as a ritual, so.
But does he actually have the material needed? Oops, wait, same team. Never mind, sure he can.
So are your scrolls all identified and all that?
Oh, I don't know about the scrolls.
Or whatever you were trying to identify.
The red potion, which you already said was a healing potion.
Oh, yeah, I did tell you that, didn't I? Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
going to give you that. I'm not going to make you identify it. It has a big label on it that says Potion of Healing in 7 different languages. You're good. So, Mr. Rogue, I would like a dexterity check, please.
Well, I would, but somebody's standing in front of the door, so I can't quite get to the lock.
Actually, yes, you do have the key to this room. Oh,
Okay.
oh wait, no, you don't have the key to this room. It's a little confusing. Some of these rooms have similar numbers.
Should I do it? I'll do a quick check, see if I see any traps.
Okay, I'm gonna. I actually checked the number for the key that you're supposed to have against that area, and the door there does not say anything about it. Oh, maybe this door says something about being locked. Okay, nope, you don't have a key. But that is good enough. The door is unlocked.
Alright, there you go.
Open ho!
Okay, you have opened the door?
Yep.
Okay. Mounted and stuffed animal heads adorn the walls. The mounting job is sloppy, and the assortment of heads includes cattle, rats, and other not particularly impressive specimens. A few grisly trophies share the wall with the animals, including a couple of kobold heads. Smashed and broken cabinets and small tables litter the periphery of the room, mute victims of some sort of rampage. A rusted iron spike stands in the center of the room, trailing a broken chain. Thin patches of frost coat sections of the wall, floor, and debris. And along the western wall, it said she was initially out of view behind a broken table, but she's a freaking dragon. I'm thinking anybody with a 15 perception is going to realize there's a dragon behind the table. This is Calcrix. The goblins use the iron chain to bind her, but she has broken free and rampaged through the room, destroying the floor displays.
Hey, Meepo, is this your dragon?
That Calcrix, that Meepo dragon! However...
Does the dragon know it's your dragon?
The dragon indeed does, and the dragon is not at all happy. Roll for initiative.
What?
She's actually a wormling. Yeah, she's actually a wormling, so theoretically maybe she could have hidden behind a table. Meepo is going to duck out of sight.
I saw something shiny.
You
I
did?
haven't even noticed there's a dragon yet.
Oh dear. Bella's going to be chasing the chain all around. Kirk? You're up. The dragon is looking at you, and she does not look happy to see you. And Meepo is cowering behind a pillar in the outer room.
He's actually in the other room. He's not in this room yet.
Calcrix, we are here to rescue. Oh, interesting. No, she actually finds her current situation. I mean, she's broken free of her chain. She's got this room to herself. She's not in a cage anymore. She's not really interested in rescue. This is the best situation she's been in. So she is quite hostile. So are you going to do anything besides try to talk to her? Because she's not interested in hearing what you have to say. Also, keep in mind, she is a wormling as opposed to a full-fledged dragon. I mean, there's no way, even in a cage, someone like Meepo could have kept her under control if she was a full-fledged dragon. Okay. Fart in her face.
Fart to the face is now your official signature move for this campaign.
That is awesome.
You gonna hit Dorian in the back again, or are you gonna step in first?
Yeah, you do gotta get within 10 feet.
Kirk is gonna need to change
And
his name to
Calcrix
Terrace.
rolls a nat 1 and totally fails on her attempt to save against Kirk's fart to the face. Okay, and that, yeah, she's definitely looking a little queasy. Dorian.
Alright, well, if we're gonna...
I asked, do we want to fight to subdue?
Sure, I'm gonna pretend I know what that means.
Yeah, I'm honestly
Yeah.
not too sure what that means myself.
Well, basically, we
Oh,
still
but yeah.
fight, but instead of killing her when she hits 0, she basically becomes unconscious. We can do whatever.
No, I mean,
I'm
I mean,
okay with that.
personally, I was referring to Dorian in character. Like, I don't know what that means. So I'm just gonna fly into a nerd rage over the number of toes that the dragon has, and then go and attack it. Oh, and you know
She
what?
does have a lot of toes.
We're gonna make this a reckless one too, just for fun.
I whip my nerd rage. Oh, nat 20. Critical hit.
So here we go with some damage.
Oh, she's hurting. She is staggering. Her head's hanging. She's not looking good. Her tail is drooping. She's not looking good. Finnegan.
Maybe you want to rethink that hostility there, Mr. and or Miss or otherwise Calcrix.
So I'll tell you what, if you, I mean, obviously I can't tell you how many hit points she has. If you get her to between -2 and +2 hit points, inclusive, you can capture her so that you can take her back and Meepo will, you know, be forgiven for letting her get captured. If you take her under -2 hit points, she dies.
Alright, fair enough.
You got some wiggle room. I mean, she is not a full-fledged dragon, but she is a wormling. She's reasonably tough. Finnegan swings his mighty rapier, and he must have been watching the shiny thing with Bella, because it doesn't land anywhere near the dragon.
It's probably watching Bella, but hey, that's beside the point. So then I'll take my cunning action and disengage.
Wise choice. This brings up the dragon. Oh. I can't I can't do this. That would kill who... She does have an attack that would kill any one of you. She's still going to really, really hurt one of you. I'm looking to see who has the most hit points. Okay, and she's right. Well, that's the closest one anyway. She's going to bite, or attempt to bite, Dorian. Oh, she's got advantage. That's gonna hit.
Yep.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Partially resisted. Oh, it's not gonna hurt that much.
Coding right.
Excellent. And besides the fact that she's actually fairly, I mean, well, you can see her little dot. She's fairly wounded. And now she's also quite disappointed because she's not used to, you know, biting things and having them kind of go, ew, it's a flesh wound. Seitan.
All right, I am going to pull out my bow, get in through the door, and let loose an arrow. But
I mean, you could just cook something and feed it to her. That would probably do her.
But I want to... No, I just want to scare her. So I'm going to try to, like, deliberately shoot past her. Can I do that?
Interesting. Yes. If you hit, it will be a miss. Okay, so I'm going to count that as a miss, because you were trying to miss, and you did. So I'm going to assume you missed.
Basically a warming shot.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you roll a natural one, then maybe he hits her out accidentally, but, you know.
I figure if you wanted to roll to miss, I will give you a hit on a miss and a miss on a hit. I'll just flip it around. She's a cantripper. And that brings up Bella.
I'm gonna ask Meepo. Meepo, what do you do to subdue a dragon? How do you handle your... How do you train your dragon?
You pull out all her teeth.
Meepo took care of her in cage. She's not in a cage. Help!
Oh boy. So have to go all the way over here.
Are you still a
And
bear?
I'm gonna...
Oh, you're rested. You are a cat, correct?
I'm a cat, definitely, yeah.
Yes,
I'm a cat.
because you took a long rest, so you are no longer a bear.
I am
Cool.
all meow beans now.
Yeah, Mel Beans.
And I am going to whip my thorns back and forth.
Okay, given past history tonight, that will probably do absolutely nothing, but go for it.
Yep.
Total miss. Were you trying to miss?
Wait to jinx us there, even.
Well, no, you want her alive, right?
Yep.
Were you
Well,
trying to miss?
Even with that, I'm like, it's the least damage I can do almost, so...
Were you trying to miss?
Well, no, I wasn't trying.
Okay, then it is an actual miss. Yeah, before you take your turns, if you attack her, if we're doing this, try to keep her alive, I need you to tell me if you're trying to miss or not before you roll. Do you have anything else, Miss Bella?
No, I don't.
Meepo can be heard shrieking out in the hallway, and that dragon is looking while she clearly recognizes that little kobold voice, and she really wants to go get him, but you're all kind of standing in her way. Kirke. Well, you might be trying to make it look good. So you might actually, pretend to swing.
If we do nothing, it's like an existential stalemate. Until the
True.
dragon kills us.
She's still got enough hit points left to have another turn. If I want to be really mean, if I want to use her breath weapon, whoever is in the line of fire is going to die. No question about it. So, I could be really mean. Luckily for you, I don't want to kill any of you. Anyway, it's Kirke's turn. And reach over Dorian's shoulder and toss the part in her general direction. She failed her save. So roll damage. Okay. She has 1 hit point left.
Whee!
She yells in Draconic, which I don't know if anyone else understands what Meepo does. That's enough. I can't take it. This guy smells too bad. Whatever you want, I'll come with you. Please, don't let him do that again.
Yeah, Kirke does.
Okay, well, you understood that. She is now... I definitely wouldn't call her a friendly mob. She's neutral. And...
well...
So this wormling...
Presumably we would want to take her back to the main kobold area and collect our reward and then continue our searching.
Well, speaking of reward, she's a dragon. What do dragons do? You've got this... She's made a little nest here behind the table. You can see a dragon-shaped jade figurine, a crystal goblet, and 24 pieces of fine silverware. There's also a sealed scroll case carved of bone, carrying an inscription. Who speaks Dwarvish? Anybody?
I think I do.
Let
me check. Yes, I do.
Okay, you can see that the runes in the Dwarvish alphabet spell out the word Kundrukar, K-H-U-N-D-R-U-K-A-R. There is an old parchment within the case. It's pretty much been mostly destroyed by age and water, but you can see a short message in Dwarvish remaining. The remaining few. By order of Durgeddon the Black, we have created a secret dwarven redoubt. None shall find us, however. Though this information makes little sense, even to most dwarves, it looks like it, could be a little valuable if you sold it to a dwarf. And, let's just give you some XPs, or not XPs, well, XPs, yes, but try card loot in here. There you go. Crystal goblets, jade figurines. Oh, by the way, I didn't even realize I had an image for this. There's your wormling with her little hoard, and there's a kobold head on the wall. That makes me so sad.
Oh, look at the cow.
Look at the kobold!
Moo
And I
moo.
do believe that's a rat.
No,
I'm-
above there's a rat and a kobold, and above there's a cow.
And a minotaur.
And I'm thinking the kobold probably ate the rat's body, and then the goblins came along and mounted the rat's head and killed the kobold and ate the kobold and mounted the kobold's head.
Or maybe that's just a really angry deer.
Yeah,
It
that's not
could
very
be.
nice at all.
It's not.
I think this was goblin hobgoblin decorating, not the dragon.
Oh yeah, that much, yeah. But all the little hoarded stuff, that's definitely dragon. And
Well-
I am going to give you the XP. She is worth 450 total, so that is 90 XP each.
We have to be close to leveling up, huh?
Yeah, I've got.
Alright, guys, we need to go find some more goblins.
60 points shy.
Yep, that's what I've got.
We need to go find 300 XP worth of goblins.
We should hot-foot it back to the kobolds and get rid of this dragon.
Now I gotta
And
remember
then-
where the
And
kobolds
then
were.
we can go down the shaft.
And there's other doors we
Shut
can get too.
Shafts are good, though.
I agree.
That
Let's get this
sounded
dragon
better
out of
than-
here. That's the reason we're here,
Okay, now I know
right?
where
That's
we're
why
going.
we're here, right?
Well, our
Correct.
most immediate goal.
Okay, I'm thinking we're getting
Alright,
close.
I'm gonna-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rooms down with that very long room with the double columns. That's where the kobolds were.
I'm putting myself in front of where the kobolds were. There we go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Here's Meepo. Somebody bringing Caltrix down. I grabbed Bella. Oh,
And I
where's
got my
Caltrix?
trees with me.
There she is. Come on, Caltrix.
Caltrix isn't showing on my map. I guess
Why
because she's
not?
neutral.
You went way
Oh,
too far there, right,
okay.
Jerry.
Calcrix went bye-bye when Calcrix became...
There we go. Yeah, she's back.
She's back.
Whoops, and I am looking at the wrong thing. Okay.
We got our dragon back, dragon back, dragon back.
I was all, Caltrax back again.
Let me see what happens if you bring... Okay.
Poor Meepo's just going head over heels with excitement.
So from this room, I see a bunch of doors just to the central area and a bunch of doors south of the
Okay.
corridor.
So, Hucrele looks astonished. And it's like, wow. You guys are tougher than I thought. Okay. We will help you against goblins. And you even managed to keep Meepo alive. Of course, he did let Dragon get stolen, so maybe that's not such a good thing. But he's alive. I mean, you could have killed him. So, if you need help, we will help you in any of the other rooms. And he is going to hand you some keys. Oops, that didn't go the right part. Why is this not going? Is it just getting added and I'm not seeing it? Oh, you do have an awful lot of keys now, so maybe it did get added and it was further down, I didn't see it. Yeah, you've got a lot of keys. I think I just gave you too many keys. And he's going to just give you some assorted miscellaneous stuff. Let me drag that in here from off his table. In thanks.
I was
So,
reading my notes.
There
Sir
are...
Bradford, Paladin of Palor, who had a shiny something.
Bradford, yes, that's the guy who got sent to the grove with the daughter. So in the items on the table that he gives you, there are 3 elixirs of health, 1 Qual's Feather token, I don't know what that is actually. It is a small totem, a tiny object which has the appearance of a feather.
Might be useful for the barbarian, who knows?
And that's what it looks like.
I know they like totems.
And I can't tell you what it does yet, because, well, actually, I'm guessing Meepo would tell you, so. Say, oh, feather token! Gotta use outside! Make a tree! Make big tree!
Maybe our druid would like that.
Would it make trees as a grown-up tree?
No, you don't use it on a tree, it actually creates a tree.
Oh.
Which I should have said in Meepo's voice, but you get the idea.
Alrighty. Yeah, tree me up.
Oh.
Scotty.
Okay, so you have, it's up to you whether you want Meepo to continue to accompany you.
What does Meepo want to do?
It's not like he's really done anything other than hide.
This is very true. And he's a little kobold. I'm sure, you know, he's going to take some flack over letting the dragon get away. One thing Meepo tells you, okay, now used to like you. Your voice is not same as kobold voices. You need kobold help. You just yell tickle corn anywhere on this level. We come help you. So this way, if you do need, like if you get in over your head in a goblin fight, yell tickle corn and the kobolds will come help you. And Hucrele, you know, was going to offer to sell you the key, but I'm going to be nice and just give it to you. Oh, have we not been in this area yet? Ooh.
Lots of areas we have not been yet on this level.
Yeah, I'm just like reading ahead and thinking, ooh, I could have some fun with you guys.
So the two doors to the south, the two doors to the further south, the door to the north.
Yeah, you do have a number of areas where you have not yet been. Meepo has defeated the Tarrasque. Yeah, I think he got lucky with that, because he's kind of a scrawny little semi-incompetent kobold.
Wasn't there art for Meepo?
Oh, indeed. And actually, this is actually a good place to stop. It's almost 10 o'clock, and I'm going to be back here at 11 with Streaming with Even, and I like to have a little bit of a break. Whoops. That's NPCs. I need art.
Yep, here he is. Ah, I can't share him.
Oops. I just clicked the wrong thing. Nope, I don't want that. Oh. Meepo! And that is the sort of jury-rigged harness he used to try to control the dragon, which didn't work very well, which is why he had her in a cage. And yes, he's wearing a loincloth, Tholgrin. Get over it.
Yeah, I just sent you a message.
Oh, dear. Is that... Fortress level DM is shared? Really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's because
how did I do that?
Before we found players, it was shared.
Oh,
Very
I do. Okay. Let me... I mean, we're wrapping up here anyway, but I did not know it was shared at all.
I just thought I would mention that before.
Or somebody unscrupulous would actually take a look at it. There's nobody like that in this group, is there?
Okay, is it still shared?
Yes.
Crap. Okay, I don't
Now
know.
you just shared it. Oops.
Yeah, I don't know how to unshare it. Okay, I would like to ask you all to close it.
Oh, now we have 2 fortress level DMs shared.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to trust you guys to close them out and not look at them. I must have actually tried to share something else. I tried to mask it. Now there's 2 of them, so yeah.
Is it in the? Is there like a shared folder that you can just pull it out of? So it's no longer shared? I mean,
No, there are 2 different versions, and I share it by right-clicking and selecting share, but there doesn't seem to be an unshare. And when I tried just clicking share again to see if that would unshare it, it didn't. It shared it again.
Would you maybe right-click on it and not make it public?
I tried that.
That's I've got the
We
little.
can figure it out next time.
Yeah, I've got the little book next to it, so I'm just kind of curious if maybe there's a way to. Yeah, anyways, doesn't matter. Like I said, next time.
Yeah, I'm asking
maybe
you just.
can,
I mean, it seems like the simple solution would be what I ask you to do and just close it out and not look at it.
Oh, sure, no.
And that way I won't end up sharing 5 million more, because I'm did not find any obvious way to unshare it. So.
Yeah, send Evil Beaker a message. Maybe he can help
Yes.
with that offline.
Okay, so that is going to do it, probably thankfully, for tonight's episode. We will be back next month. Third Sunday, which I believe will also, will be March 17th, Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, for more Sunless Citadel. In the meantime, every Sunday night, we do have D&D night on DDOStream. Let me see who is coming up next week. Does anybody know off the top of their heads? I probably should have checked that, but I'm lazy. Next week, Cordovan and the Wizard's Book.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay.
7 p.m.
Very cool.
right here on twitch.tv/DDOstream next Sunday. And you do have me down for that, yes?
I think so.
You better. Just kidding. But no, I do want to take part in that if possible. And Streaming with Eben will be right back on here, playing some DDO in about an hour, 11 p.m. Eastern. And I'll be back on my own channel tomorrow night at 10:30, twitch.tv/DDO_Eben, playing some Minecraft. Anybody want to plug their blogs, Twitters, Twitches, anything like that in the meantime?
No, just a reminder for those who follow our little troop that Kobold Kindergarten will be back on the February 27th.
Oh, that's true. And
so not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday.
Right. Okay, if that's all anybody has, I'm going to call it there. Bring up, we'll play our little video one more time.
It's like, bye-bye.
Tholgrin. Yeah, thank you for coming out with us. And as we learned to say when doing Shroud Palooza, Seki bye-bye. Thanks for watching.